Hey, what is the deal, YouTube? It is Craig Harris. I am back with another short informational burst video. And what is going on? It is Sunday. It is hot. I will be at the pool later on, but I've got some information here that just kind of broke overnight, and I'm going to address other few things, and I'm going to go ahead and move on. Windows Central, this has come courtesy of Windows Central, has confirmed that Star Wars Battlefront 2 will run 4K native 60 on Scorpio. Now, since EA has not pushed back against this, this is more than likely true. That's why I'm reporting this now. This is actual information that EA has not refuted, and it's out now. It is out now. So so this is good news. This is good news. This game will be 4K native 60 on Scorpio. You will get more information as it comes out. EA's press conference is Sunday, next Sunday morning for E3. Your first gameplay you see on it will probably be on the PlayStation Pro, and everything you see, the trailers right now you see on it, that is on the PlayStation Pro as well. So you'll get more content on the PlayStation. You'll get, looks like 4K native 60 FPS. They have not, they mean EA has not announced what it's going to be on the PlayStation. So have to wait and see, but it's been pretty much confirmed through Windows Central. So this is good news for the people that plan on going out and buying a Scorpio. This is one game that will hit 4K native 60. It's been confirmed. Let me move on. Eurogamer.net is reported that there is a gold PS4 that's going to go up for sale maybe Friday or next week. It's been confirmed through Eurogamer.net. It's also BestBuy.com. If you go there, there was a gold PS4 handle. So pretty much that is pretty much confirming it. Also, somebody at a Walmart, I think in Michigan, tried to buy the PS4, but because it's not streeted yet, it doesn't have a street date yet. They don't have it in their system technically, but they said to them they couldn't sell it. Now I can confirm that Walmart will put some stuff out that they can't sell. It happened to me with MLB The Show 15. I went to go buy it. They had it in the case. They took it out of the case, tried to ring it up. They couldn't ring it up. That's just a fact. That's just a fact. So let me move on here, and this is part of an overall thing. Let me give a shout out to somebody, Widowmaker, who we've been kind of going back and forth in the timeline there. Widowmaker has said that, I personally believe that a game that has more content on it is the better version of the game because you're getting more content. If you are a competitive player, you want content. If you are a collector, you want content. So let me say this. This is from eventhubs.com when it comes to Tekken 7, which has been released. Tekken 7's out, I believe, right now. Tekken 7 runs better on the Xbox One, so it performs better on Xbox One. It looks better on the PlayStation 4 Pro, and PlayStation 4 will get more content. So I want to see which one sells better. Let's see if the content for let's see which one of these sells better on. If Widowmaker is correct, for him, he thinks performance, and this is all opinion anyway. I think more content means more game. If you go to a movie, just imagine going to see Wonder Woman, and the movie is 2 hours and 12 minutes long, but you only watch it for an hour and a half. And then you try to say, oh, well, that was a better movie, but you have a nicer screen or something like that. So we're going to look and see which one this sells better on. If performance truly does matter, this game has been confirmed to run better, perform better on the Xbox. So Xbox should outsell it if performance does matter. I've always said these are consoles. You are going to get some dips in frame rates and things like that. You may have some latency issues, which is apparently the Xbox version's latency, which it has latency as well, but it doesn't have it as bad as the PlayStation or the PlayStation Pro. So look, I want to find out which one it's on. I want to see it. So based on what he's saying, from my understanding, if I'm wrong, you can correct me. You can correct me. If something's going to perform better, that's going to be the preference of most gamers. And I disagree vehemently. Okay, it's just like last generation when you had the Xbox community getting DLC sooner, you getting content more. That was important. That was more important than getting in the games. The game did run better, but a lot of times games didn't. A lot of the times games didn't on last generation. But there's a reason why Sony went out of its way to get marketing deals on all these games. It's because when you see the commercials, you're going to see that followed by a Sony symbol. You're going to see a PlayStation, whatever you want to call it. If it's on YouTube, you will see PlayStation. You pull up Star Wars Battlefront after this podcast, pull up Star Wars Battlefront 2 footage on YouTube, whether you watch it in 4K or not. That is the PlayStation Pro version of that game. Now, they will say it's on every system because it is on every system. But overall, my point is that that's what marketing does. They are allowed to kind of channel everything into to be. Now, according to him, he said he thinks performance is better. That's why a lot of them are making a big deal about 4K 60. But we'll have to wait and see exactly how it's going to perform on the pros. Have to wait and see. Also, there's another rumor about the PlayStation 5's GPU. This is the rumor. It's going to be a dedicated GPU, not a hybrid GPU. So, which means it'll be extremely powerful, but it'll be much more expensive. We'll have to wait and see. Definitely have to wait and see. But this Express.com is also, I think, through Express.com, the Star Wars Battlefront thing. That's been confirmed. We'll just have to wait and see. Well, Top Dog, if according to Willmaker, PS4's version doesn't run as well, and it doesn't. That's been confirmed. So that has been confirmed. So it should sell better on the Xbox. It should sell better on Xbox. So according to him. Now, according to me, I think it's going to sell more on PlayStation because PlayStation gets more content first, and the tournament is on the PlayStation. Okay, the Call of Duty tournament is on the PlayStation. The Star Wars tournament, which just got added this year to the circuit, I believe, is going to be on PlayStation. So again, this is if you are a tournament player. So we can they may do that. We'll have to wait and see. So Tekken, I believe, is a multi-plat, Top Dog. Let me double check it though. But I believe Tekken, the one that just came out, is a multi-plat, a digital foundry thing on it. So I mean, I'm not going to buy it. I don't buy fighters. My favorite fighter is Mortal Kombat. So always has been, always will be. Nothing can touch that. Although I have heard Injustice 2 is a pretty nice thing. But I think this is great news that Star Wars Battlefront has been confirmed to be 4K 60. So now we can officially say it is. And there's a difference in me telling you this versus being a Jack Reacher saying it's going to be because of the power. It's been confirmed. EA has not pushed back against it, which is fine. So that this is good news if you're going to be an early adopter of the Scorpio. So let me type in Tekken 7 Xbox One. Tekken 7 Xbox One. It's out. They even have a collector's edition. So matter of fact, let me look at this right now. Hold on. I may have to stand corrected here. I believe the collector's edition of Tekken is on the look. Yeah, they have a collector's edition, so they may have marketing rights to that. This edition is $150 at Best Buy if you want it. So everybody run out and buy it on their Xbox because it performs better on the Xbox. So, and that's been confirmed by Digital Foundry. You know, they are the end all to be all now. Doesn't matter that the Xbox community said that they were bought off a couple months ago. So I agree. Yeah, dedicated GPUs means it will not. Yeah, you're right. I mean, that's Yeah, I learned that. Yeah, that's a shout out to Matt's Gaming. He reported that first. I saw the same article, but he got to it first. So big shout out to Matt's Gaming, and go check out his channel and sub to him. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. Yeah, if it's dedicated, and he did say that it'll also be more expensive because they'll have to have a different CPU. So Sony could get away with selling a console for, I mean, shit, didn't they sell the PlayStation 3? Wasn't it $499 or $599? They could say, oh, well, it's just going to be just as expensive. This is going to be the most powerful console of all time. So Max is mad. Okay. I don't think so. I think he's got a good channel. So, So he's a good guy, man. What's up, Guardian Legends? But yeah, so again, this is great news. And does anybody plan on getting this Gold PS4 for $250 if it drops to that point? And but let me tell you about a game I am playing on PC. I am playing Civilization Beyond Earth. It's by Sid Meier's, the same guy that did Pirates back in the 80s. I mean, back when he was a young man, he still had hair. So, and but it's a cool game. It's an RTS. The first planet we went to, me and my girl went to, everybody died because we didn't set up enough power cells. And so the second planet we went to, we rebooted it, and you get to choose. It's a cool game. You get to choose who backs you. We chose the African Union because we ain't taking no white folks with us up there. But no, actually, I'm just kidding with you. We chose African Union. But it's fun. You get like 10 different things. Beautiful game. It's a fun strategy game if you like real-time strategies. It's not in the mode of XCOM, which again is another game. It's one of my favorite games. So yeah, it's so it's waiting a pro price drop. I think you'll see that at E3. And if you go to E3 and you buy directly from either Sony, Microsoft, or Nintendo, you get a discount. You get like 10% off or 15% off or something like that. Or if you buy, they'll give you more stuff to spend in their stores. At least they do with the Microsoft and Sony conferences I went to. I've been to E3 twice, so those conferences I went to, you got more stuff. So a friend of mine, Raul, he bought his that's why he bought a PlayStation 3, because he bought it and he got it for $269. 69, yeah. So yeah, Pro may have a price drop, and if you already have a Pro, you may get a VR price drop as well, which that's kind of what I'm waiting on. But and with VR, if you're gonna get the VR, don't get it off of Amazon. Get it out of a store that allows you to bring it back, because if you get motion sickness or things like that, a lot of stores they won't try to take the damn thing back. So either get it directly from Sony, you can order it from them, that way you can get a refund, or get it at Best Buy, because you can definitely get a refund. You just say, hey, look, we got sick, I need to bring this back. So it is what it is. So, but that's the game I am playing. It's a fun game, and we're both playing it together, and she wanted to start playing some games together, and all right, fine. If she ain't happy, ain't nobody gonna be happy. So yeah, Lou Dog. Yesterday it reported it could be $399. I personally think it's going to be $449, but I've also seen it could be $499, but come with a game. So to me, value at this point comes in. Also, let me ask you all this, because this is also going on in the timeline. Do you all think if you don't have a 4K television, I'm going to read your comments, well, you don't see it happening at say $499. Yeah, I think $499 with a game is legitimate. That's legit. I think that, for me, this is just my opinion, that's actually good value, because it's already coming with the headset. It comes with a joystick. If it comes with those two things and a game, you're getting good value. But let me ask you all this. What's up, Obi John? Good to see you, my brother. I got to get you in here one day, man. Now, I am off Monday and Tuesday, so you hit me up, and I will send an invite. So, yeah, that's what I've heard, J-Dog. I think $449, and that doesn't include the AR that they're going to be showing and things like that, and that's fine. I don't have a beef with it. But let me ask you all this: would you, if you don't have a 4K television, I don't care what kind you got, if you don't have a 4K television, do you feel that the Scorpio and or the Pro is worth buying? If you don't have a 4K TV, so. Yeah, again, Scorpio. Look, if Forza releases with the Hot Wheels game, and they let me design my own track, I'll buy a Scorpio. I'm saying it flat out. I will buy one. I may not buy it day one, but I will eventually buy one. So, so that's my question to y'all, because somebody actually, but I won't say who it is, actually thinks that that's not going to matter because the games are downsampled. Or if you have a 1080p TV, would you buy a Pro and or Scorpio because the games are downsampled? Is that good enough for you all? And so understand what your investment is going to be if you don't have a 4K television. You are looking at minimum in the United States physically right now. If you don't have a 4K TV and you plan on getting a Pro or Scorpio, and let's just say the Scorpio's $399 for argument's sake. If you're looking at a $750 bill, okay, that's walking out the store, because the average 4K TV with HDR 10-bit panel in the United States physically is going to be about $400. That's for a decent TV. All right, the mean is $400. Even a Hisense TV is, if you get a 40-inch TV. So I mean, that's the question. So yeah, I understand. You're right, Bam. I shout out to you, buddy. But this person doesn't seem to understand that. So I'm just asking your opinion. It's a matter of opinion. You're the consumer. So as consumers, what's a better value to you? Do you just wait on either one? Because I know people that are just going to get the Xbox One S and just watch movies on it. Because the rumor, again, I said yesterday, the rumor is that Disney is moving over its library in the fall. I don't know if that's true or not. So Sunny in VR says yes, as will have improvement for VR be the reason I can get in a Pro. According to the Facebook group I belong to, they say definitely worth the upgrade to Pro. Oh no, that's fine. But are you going to still have your Pro with a 1080p TV? That's fine. I mean, I'm not you all's wallet, but as consumers, if you don't have a 4K TV, do you think the downsampling that both Scorpio and Pro are going to do is just going to be worth you waiting on your 4K TV? So, I mean, again, I'm not so Obi John is saying you don't have 4K TV, neither the Pro. Yeah, okay, now that's the way I feel. So yeah, so yes, all right, yes, meaning that you're still going to get it no matter what. That's fine. That's cool. So. That's fine. I mean, that's fine. You guys are the consumers, and I'm just asking the consumer-based question. So, also let me ask you this: why do you all think that the Sony system outsold why do you think the PlayStation system this gen outsold the Xbox One? I'm just gonna watch you do it. So yeah, the Pro does do VR better. Shout out to Kratos, the god of PlayStation, J-Dub City. He said that flat out. He said it flat out. So Ludo 702 saying he doesn't think it's worth it, So you will still benefit. Yeah, I'm not here to say you're not going to get a benefit. So I'm simply saying, as a consumers, can you feel yourself going into a store? And I'm giving Scorpio $399. And let's just say it's $399. Comes with no games or anything like that. But it's allegedly supposed to make the other games you have in your Xbox library run better. Let's say you get Scorpio and you do the Game Pass, which is like $15 a month. Do you all feel that's worth it? And if it's $399, will you pull the trigger then? Here, I'm trying to talk myself into buying one here. So, because I personally don't think it's worth it, but I'm just wanting some other people's opinions on it. So, Okay, so price and brand recognition. Price. Okay, so everybody's saying price. Oh, okay. So that's what I've been saying for like the last 6 months as I came to YouTube. So actually, I've been on YouTube a year. If you go back to when Star Trek Beyond came out, that's my 1 year anniversary when I was on a Next Gen 720 show talking about the price of the Scorpio. So shout out to Next Gen 720. So yeah, the Pro will do downsampling. Yeah, it does downsampling on most of the games. So it is, yeah, I agree. So I would get a Scorpio if they had good exclusive games. Oh, okay, well that's fine too. I understand that. But my question is, if you don't have a 4K TV, even if it's $399, let's just give it $399. Because see, to me, if it's $399 and I have a 4K TV and all my games are going to be upscaled to 4K anyway, well, it's going to be upscaled to 2160p or close. Is it worth it to me? Right now, I don't think it is because I'm trying to build a PC. I'd much rather spend that $400 on the PC, but I'm just asking you all's opinion. So J-Dog saying Scorpio will be his first official X. So you're getting one. Are you going to get one day one, J-Dog? Or are you going to buy one? Are you going to wait and see? You're going to give it 90 days and see how it does. So, yeah, the E3 debacle was bad. Yeah, that's real bad. Yeah, I agree with you there, Obi John. So, Battlefield 2 support to have VR. Well, we'll see. I mean, again, it's not official yet. So what is official is that it's 4K native 60 on Scorpio. That's coming from Windows Central, and that site was express.com UK. So those are pretty legit sites, and EA's not said anything else about it. So if they're going to come out and confirm it, EA don't push back. It is what it is. With that said, you will get more content on the Pro, and they haven't announced what the Pro is going to be. So they would have to sell you on games for you to get an Xbox. I got you. All right. So the whole 4K TV thing, do you feel but would you want your games to be in that 4K? Or you just want to downsample? And again, because this is what the consumer has to walk into and decide. So yeah, you can play Forza 3. I agree, and it's 30 FPS on the Xbox One. But that goes to my overall question. According to some people, because it's performing at 30 FPS, and Forza Horizon looks gorgeous. Okay, do you all feel that because it's running at 30 FPS that it's a worse game than Motorsports, which is performing at 60? Because Motorsports is performing better. I'm putting that in air quotes. So I would wait, but making payments on my pre-order at GameStop is easier. Yeah, I mean, so expect Microsoft to announce that too at E3, that you'll be able to pre-order them probably starting in July, and maybe at the end of their press conference, people may run out to pre-order it. So, which is fine. My point to you all is, all right, so J-Dog is going to get one. He's getting one day one. So you bought 6 consoles. Wow. Oh, man, send me one. So Bama's like me. The game at 30 Horizon feels fine, and so does Drive Club. That feels fine too. So, I mean, that's what I'm trying to get at is there a huge difference between the 30 and the 60 on a console? I understand on PC. So Top Dog saying it's better at so you like Forza Motorsports better, Top Dog, because Motorsports runs at 60. That's a fact. So yeah, this what let's see here. Yeah, I mean, I just don't. Yeah, if I can run it 4K 60 on a PC, if it's powerful enough, let me make that clear, because I'm gonna have to go ahead and get a monitor and everything to run 4K. As long as it's stable. Yeah, see, that's the way I am. Now, what if your game has some frame rate drops? Is that a humongous deal? Is that a deal? Let me ask you, is that a deal breaker? I mean, I'm just trying to figure out the mood of what you guys are saying. I can just tell you my own mood. I play more RPGs than anything. So if an RPG has frame rate drops, I don't care because it's processing so much information that I expect it to have frame rate drops. If it doesn't, fine, but it's a console. If I want high performance in my gamings, I'll play it on a PC because that's what PC's known for. Is its performances, not its graphical. It just now they got to the point, a couple of years ago where they could do 4K. So they've always done 1440p. That's been kind of the sweet spot in air quotes for PC gamers. So what's going on, Andrew? So you could always cancel if it doesn't hype you up enough by release day. All right, well, that's true too. Yeah, you're right. You walk in there and say, give him a real receipt and say it's trash. Give me my money back. So Ludog is saying that if I have a Pro that's running just under 2160 versus Xbox running same game at native 4K, that you honestly couldn't tell the difference unless you have your nose against teeth. I don't disagree. You're exactly right about that. But understand that the fanboys, they want to be able to say, well, it's 4K native, so it's better. So that's what they're saying. I mean, I don't disagree with what you're saying there, Lou, because that's what I think. Yeah. 5 to 7 feet back, you can't tell. I'm honestly telling everybody that. So let's see. Bama saying is how much will it help Microsoft? Is it mostly only the people who got? That's their first wave of people coming in. I'm saying, like, if you're a consumer and you're thinking about buying a Scorpio, what's its main selling point? So I'm saying if you don't have a 4K TV, is that going to slow down your purchase? For me, it would, because you don't get to see it in all its glory. But that's me. Everybody's different. I'm a different consumer. I've always said that. I always wait for the best deal. So Andrew don't get no sleep. I know, brother. That run it. Well, I can say, all right. So, all right, let me ask you this. You're saying Obi-John makes a very good point here. Says some of you, well, hold on. Top Dog is saying that, all right, let me go start with Lou. I'd rather have lower frame rate and smoother gameplay. Okay, but doesn't the frame rate affect the gameplay? That's my question there. And says, some of you must have never seen Forza Horizon 3 at 60. Well, if you have, I have never seen Horizon at 60, but I don't have the PC that's capable of it. Mine can barely, we're playing the Civilization game that we're playing that in 720p, and I don't have a problem with that, because it's a RTS. You see what I'm saying? So it's more about what you have to do as a gamer than you looking at it and how pretty it looks. I mean, the water looks like water. It's a real-time strategy. It has cutscenes and things like that. So Obi-John says, for him to get a Scorpio, there would have to be games on Scorpio that run. So you're saying games that are like that are exclusive games for Scorpio? Because that is run and only 30 FPS on Pro, 4K versus checkerboard ain't enough. All right, that's legit. What about 4K 30 on the Pro? And what about 4K 30 versus 4K 60? I mean, again, I'm just asking as a consumer. And let's just say that happens on 3 games. I'll just give you 3 games. So Sony does have way more exclusive games. You're right about that. They got more in the pipeline. They have so many games. People are literally asking them to stop. But this is the way Sony is when they hit their stride. I mean, just this year alone, I've not been able to play Neo. I've not been able to play Nier Automata because she won't give it to me. As soon as she beat Gravity Rush on her PlayStation, she immediately came out and got my Nier Automata. So I went out and I've been running back playing like Witcher 3 and Mass Effect, which I don't have a problem with, If you live with a woman, and you all know this, I know you all out there probably do. If they ain't happy, ain't nobody going to be happy. So you're just like, hey, look, can I play this? Yeah. Hey, look, do you want to play Civilization Beyond Earth? Yeah, fine. Let's get the laptop out. It's just, it ain't worth me going to war. I'm too old. She win. So Bungie said that a new PS4 is coming. So okay, but where's your source at, Andrew? Shout out to Andrew. He's one of my faithful Patreons. He chump change for a G. I do appreciate it. But when did Bungie say there's a new PS4? There is a gold PS4 that's allegedly going to be displayed at E3, but it's a slim and it may be 250. And so fanboys don't matter. Well, we're all fanboys to a certain extent. So now Bama's saying that games running, we will see many multiplats running at 60 on Scorpio versus 30 on Pro. We will see resolution increase though. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. My question is that, okay, you have to understand, if the Star Wars Battlefront 1, I believe, ran at 60 FPS. I think somebody can double check me, the original one. So that's what I expect it to be on the PlayStation. So my question is, if it's 4K 30, what if it's 4K native 30? I mean, I'm just asking generalized questions here. Is that a deal breaker for you guys? Because you need to understand what the Xbox community's narrative is that since the games are going to run and look better, that everybody's going to bail. The people that bought the Switch, the people that bought the PlayStation, they're going to be like, oh, well, hell, it runs better, so I need to go buy that system to play that one game. You see, that's why I think they were so disenchanted when Bungie announced their game Destiny running at 30, which again, the original Destiny ran at 30. So I don't have a problem with it running at 30. So yeah, Sony does have big games. Yeah. Games bottom line. Okay, I heard Gran Turismo is going to be native 4K. Sorry for spelling. I don't know. What Digital Foundry said, it was 1800 up checkerboard at the 4K. So it will run at 60. It is running at 60. It did have a few frame drops, but nothing major. And that's from the last video that Digital Foundry did. So, and again, look, I've seen it running right next to the Forza game up at Best Buy in the Magnolia room on a Sony 900E TV. I'm talking about the ambient lighting, the built-in ambient lighting, not that edge lit shit that people got. And it looked just as good, if not better, sounded just as good, if not better. So again, I'm not dissing Forza, but Gran Turismo ain't going to be no chump either. So, and Gran Turismo has more cars and more customizations, allegedly. We'll have to wait and see. So let's see here. Sunny in VR says, have only just bought Tales of Berseria non-first. Okay. So yeah, Sunny in VR loves VR. So that's the way he is. That's the way he rolls, buddy. So I agree. Real gamers want variety. Yeah. Again, the more variety, the more you're going to love your hobby. I mean, I'm glad Scorpio's coming out because it means that they're investing in the future of gaming and us. They're trusting us to go support the system. My question is what will it take you guys to go support the system? Now, J-Dog, he's already going to get one. So what's up, gaming media? Glad you're here, my brother. So Bungie said that when they said Destiny 2 couldn't be 6. Yeah, I heard them say that too. So, all right. So Top Dog drives a truck. What are you driving there, Top Dog? So, yeah, I mean, again, I have no problem with it running 1080p down sample. My question is it worth that investment to you guys? So I already have a Pro. I have an Xbox One S. Why? Somebody has to explain to me as a consumer, fuck the gaming part, explain to me as a consumer why I have to go out and buy a Scorpio if I'm trying to build a PC. Let me tell you this, building the PC is not going to be a delight for me. I'm not an engineer at all. I will probably be bitching the whole time I do it, but the PC, it's going to take me time to get all those parts. So my plan is this month I should be getting the tower. The tower should be here in a matter of 7 to 10 more days. Once the tower comes in, that will come with the fans in it, and it has an LED light already in it. After I get the tower, I'm going to get the motherboard. So that's for this month of June. Now, next month is going to be the expensive month, I call it, because that will be the CPU. And the CPU is going to cost minimum $200. So that's going to be no fun coming up with that. But I want to do it for the kids. I want to do it so kids can see somebody doing something besides, dealing drugs and doing shit they shouldn't be doing. So but it's going to be frustrating for me because I'm not a builder of things. I can fix things, but I don't like building them ground up. So shout out to everybody that's willing to help me do that, and appreciate everybody's patience. I don't want anybody to think that I'm not going to do it. It's going to take me time to get the part. So Sony got to sell them 4K players. So yeah, I don't know if it's. I have no idea if I don't have a problem with Destiny being 30. I don't have a problem with any game being 30 on console. So that's just me. So most FPSs do 60. Okay. The Pro doesn't need a 4K Blu-ray drive because most people don't have 4K television. So what's the point of putting one in your system? So, I mean, that's kind of the way you got to look at it. So, let's see here. Now, Andrew says Stone Fox posted the written article by Bungie devs. They were saying about process dev for a lot different hardware. Okay. Well, I mean, again, that's fine. I'll try to find Stone Fox's thing. So, Lou Dog says games. So basically, Obadiah says, basically I take 1080p, 1400p, 60 FPS over native 4K 30. That's kind of what I like as well. That's what I'm aiming for on the PC, because the monitor is going to be, I'm looking at a 1440p monitor. So, and people need to understand 1440p, 1600, like Obi-Wan has put in there, 1400, and all that stuff. That is a UHD. That's UHD. That's ultra, but it's just like you would say 720. It's like people are saying that. How can I frame this? 1440p is the equivalent of 720p in the HD. 720p is standard HD. Okay, whereas the 1080p is full HD. 1440p is 2K. It's 2K because that's the way it is. Now, the Pro can take a 1440 signal and it can source it, which is 2K, and make it 4K. I showed that to Widowmaker, and he didn't understand what the hell he was looking at. I said, look, it's taking a 1440p and it's making it 2160p. This is called interpolation. He was going crazy. So it is what it is, though. So, that's, but I mean, I hope I'm saying your name is OBJ died on. I'm with you on that. I'd much rather be at that, but give me 4K 30 on console anytime, or give me 1440p 60 on the console. That's just me. Now you can say, well, Craig, what about 4K 60? Okay, fine. If it's a driving game or if it's an FPS game, I'll take that. So there's no reason for Scorpio when the PC exists. I don't. So I can't argue that because the PC has the same game. So Scorpio would make a lot more sense to me if it was if they had games running only on. Now there could be some crossplay. Let's just keep it 100 here. They could have crossplay. If they're running 4K 60, then they could, in theory, have crossplay with PC gamers to run at 4K 60. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, I'm just keeping it real. Now, another thing that may happen is that it will run 60 on the Xbox One as well. I think that'll be neat, too. That way everybody can play. You could have the PC people, the Scorpio people, and then the Xbox One people all playing in one room. I think that would be cool. So, that's just my opinion, though. So, yeah, Ludov saying it comes down to games, so that's cool. I mean, I'm hoping we see Splinter Cell, Prince of Persia, games like that. I'm a big Ubisoft guy, though. Yeah, that's fine. I got no problem. I think they're going to have an announcement with Sega games. I think that's being overlooked. I think Sega will bring games to both consoles, but I think they'll have a much bigger say-so on the Xbox console. So. Xbox Scorpio will have no exclusive. Well, we'll have to wait and see. Rocket Legends. So we'll have to wait and see. So, which I'm willing to wait. So you're buying a gaming system to play games on, not watch porn in UHD. Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, gaming media. Me and Kratos, there was a Eurogamer.net article that Digital Foundry did, and there was another article that said, yeah, it's going to be anywhere from 8 to 10 T-flops, but I don't think it's coming out till 2020, and I don't think we'll get an announcement until late 2018. That's just my opinion, though. So, and I think because they just released the Pro, and the Pro is selling pretty well for them. So, 11 to 12 T-flops, that's a lot. I think 8 to 10. And I think we'll get a solid 8, and it may be up clocked. I mean, look, the Scorpio is not a true 6 T-flop machine. It's 5.5, but it up clocked. So, which is fine. I don't want people calling saying, "Oh no, you're trying to damage control." No, I'm not. No, I'm not. So, getting an unsub from the Gaminator. Well, I think if you're going to report rumor, you need to tell the people, Sonny, that this is a rumor. So that's why I've always said you got to quit listening to Jack Reacher. It is confirmed through Windows Central, which was sourced through Express UK. That what's going on? Good morning out there. But I don't. People reporting rumor is fine, but they need to preface it and say this is a rumor only. Take it with a grain of salt. So, so yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So, Acer, they make the best monitors for your money, Dell. But yeah, I saw that. I saw it at the Asus one. They had a 1440p monitor at Newegg for I think it was $149. So I put that, when you go to Newegg and you click on it just to kind of keep it in that little window thing. So I've got that. I've got the motherboard. I've got what I want highlighted. I just got to get the funds up to get it. But I'll have it. My goal is by Christmas time. It's going to take a while to build it. Rome wasn't built in a day. I understand that. So, which is fine. It is what it is. So, but I want to build it in increments. I'm not going to just try to throw it all together at once. So once the tower gets here, everybody that I've seen build PCs, the first thing they put in is the power source. I'm not going to be able to get my power source till last because that is going to be expensive. That's the and shout out to J-Dub because he donated the graphics, the GPU, the graphics card, and it takes a powerful power source to run it, powerful power source to run it. So. But anybody that's willing to donate anything to me, I will gladly take it. And it's for people to see me building it. So that's why I'm building it. It's not a selfish reason. Will I play games on it? Yes. But I'm more interested in having people watch me build it. That way people can have a skill. That's what the PC is about. So let me read some other stuff. But thanks for that. Yeah, Andrew. Yeah, I did see an Asus one. Acer, I need to look into, though. So Matt's he's starting to get like crap gamer. No, he will always say take this with a grain of salt. So, so yeah. Yeah, it's Obi-John. Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, it takes a while, and that's fine. That's fine. I don't have a problem. Rome wasn't built in a day. The pyramids weren't built overnight. So it's gonna take me some time, and I appreciate everybody's patience, but that's why I did the Patreon account. That's what it's for. I don't, all that money it's going to go to the PC thing. So, or it will reimburse me, when I get the camera. So, yeah, they could see Ludol saying they could announce a more powerful system. Yeah, but that's not Sony style. So, yeah. But that's what I've said before. They could, but why? Why? I'm telling you right now, what will happen is it will slow down the sales of your Pro is what it will do, because people will just be like, well, they're going to have something more powerful out in another 20 months, But I guess you're the consumer. Let me make that clear. As consumers, you got to make that choice. So me personally, I bought the Pro because when I saw Mass Effect running when they showed the Pro announcement, I'm like, oh, they're gonna have Mass Effect and a 4K build. I'm gonna watch. I'm buying it. I mean, it was a no-brainer for me. I'm a big Mass Effect guy. Now, was the game garbage? Yeah, as a Mass Effect fan, I was very disappointed in that game, but it still looked good. It was garbage, but it was good-looking garbage. So, yeah, that is your option. Yeah, I'm just simply saying, if you're going to report rumor, and this is just my opinion, just tell people this is a rumor. Take it with a grain of salt. So that's why I felt bad on yesterday's podcast when I couldn't find that article. So, I mean, I just couldn't find the article, and I didn't want people to think I was making it up. That's why I moved off of it. So, but yeah, I mean, everything that I said today has all been sourced from, and I put the description. Yeah, there they are. All those, yeah, the express, all that. You can just go there yourself and check it out. So yeah, it is what it is. So, do PC break easily? My whole thing with the PC build is that I'm nervous about putting the CPU in. That's what I'm the most nervous about. So, that's just me though. So, because that's ride or die time. So, with that, so crap gamer. All right, the gamer's all right. Like I said, I don't really listen to him anymore. When he got caught saying bad things about a game that he never played, that was bad. But because he was pushing a narrative, he actually got more subs. So it sucked. So yeah, I agree there, John. Yeah, Sony is in control of the market. So that doesn't mean they should get lazy, but let's see some of these games they got coming out. Like I said yesterday, Detroit Become Human. That looks fantastic. I saw some of the screenshots of that, and I'm like, my God, they got to get that out. And, they've got a track record because they made Heavy Rain. So shout out to those guys. I mean, Heavy Rain was a good-looking game too, but Detroit Become Human looks very good. So, yeah, most people stream movies also. Yeah, I do. I didn't know that Doctor Strange was on Netflix. I'm going to check that out today. So probably about 1 o'clock. That's when I'm done with this. So, and I've been watching House of Cards and Power on Hulu. So yeah, I've been getting my stream on, but that's through my TV. That's not through my gaming system. My gaming system's for my games. So, and dies FPS in relation to get 60 frames. Okay, yeah. Yeah, Dark Cloud. Yeah, the new handheld. Well, the Slim is pretty much confirmed. It's a gold Slim that you can go and pull it up yourself. Everybody can just go to your whatever website search engine you use, and that's been confirmed. The handheld is good in the sense that means they're not giving up on the handhelds because the Switch has been immensely successful. So why would Sony give up on it? It does interpolation. Yeah, interpolation is something that the Scorpio is going to. You guys, Andrew making a good point here. The Scorpio is using interpolation to get 4K. They ain't even going to have true 4K, which to me is fine. But these guys have got to get off this nutsack of everything being a certain way. So that's just, it is what it is. It's going to use technology to get to where it goes. My whole point has been, and I've said it to you guys before, all that matters is that it gets to where it's going. It doesn't matter how it gets there. So, yeah, House of Cards this year has been real good. So, and now 2 years ago, that wasn't that good. That was garbage. So I didn't like that at all. But this year's House of Cards has been fantastic. Yeah. Yeah, E3 starts E3 technically starts Wednesday night, in the sense that that's when a lot of your people will be there. There'll be a lot of interviews and stuff like that. So, and I'm sorry, the pre-E3. Pre-E3 stuff starts Wednesday. So I will be watching it, hopefully either with if One Stop streams it on his thing, I'm going to be watching it there. If I'm off, I have to look at my schedule. So I think I might be off next Sunday to watch the Microsoft one. I don't know about Monday. So that's good. I'll be able to watch that I can do a podcast on it. So he just talked shit about one system. My God. Yeah. Best thing to do to him, Lou Dog, is just ignore him. That's the best thing to do. So, yeah, new handheld and Pro Slim. Yeah. Well, I take that back. A Pro Slim. I misunderstood that. Yeah. So technically, they're coming with new hardware too. And the Pro Slim, that was my only main complaint with the Pro, is that it was huge. But it wasn't as big as the original Xbox One, but it was bigger than the Xbox One S, which I think the Xbox One S is a sensational machine. It is extremely quiet. I barely know the damn thing's on. So what I don't like about the Xbox One S is it has batteries. I'm used to this plugging. Now they'll say, well, you can plug it in and just play. Yeah, but that's a pain in the ass. So, so yeah, let's see. Sony, yeah, Sony to me has got to show gameplay. Okay, I want to see some more of that biker game with the zombies, Days Gone. That Detroit Become Human, Hellblade, Spider-Man, God of War. You give me those 5 games, and you throw in the Uncharted Legacy thing, and you throw in a few more multiplayer. We'll see some more Destiny gameplay. We're going to see some. You may even see Red Dead. Okay, you may see something with Red Dead. We'll have to wait and see though. So I don't know, Savage, because I have not heard back from Fox yet. I did tweet him this morning that I was available, though. So I am available. If I'm not on, I will be in the comment section, though, because I always listen to that podcast. So Microsoft, yeah, their studio to create some more games. Yeah, hopefully they announce but Microsoft, I think, is going to announce more of a partnership with Sega to bring some of those games. I mean, that's what I think they're going to do. So they say they're not zombies, Mark Camacho. So, okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's why I want to see some gameplay and see the story and all that stuff. So that's cool. So Sony announces SOCOM remastered. Yeah, that's always been a dream. You walk out there with that Navy SEAL that shot Bin Laden in his face and then say they're going to do a remaster. That would be cool. But I think they've got another game in development called H1, which is like a spiritual successor to SOCOM. Yeah, and SOCOM was one of the first games that I was like, wow. And you know what? There has not been, ever since the SOCOM game and then the Tom Clancy Rainbow Six one, and then Rainbow Six Vegas one, there haven't been any tactical shooters out there. None. I mean, that's what's got to come back. That's why I want to see a Rainbow Six at this one. So, and make it much more tactical. So yeah. Yeah, release dates for Sony too. Yeah, they have dropped enough this year where I'm full, I'm happy. If none of these games release, that's fine. But they're gonna hear a lot of bitching and moaning if they don't release some things. But we already know that you're gonna get some Horizon DLC that will release this year. We get the Uncharted that's coming out. Then we got some good multi-plat games, Need for Speed, Star Wars Battlefront, Destiny if you want, Call of Duty. I mean, Sony never releases games around the holidays because of the my God, I mean, do you want to release something opposite Star Wars Battlefront 2? So yeah, Guardian Legends is dead on. So H1 is in development. That's fine. Let's see a little bit of gameplay. That's cool. So yeah, rip SOCOM. Yeah, I don't disagree with you. SOCOM to me is I really enjoyed that game. Yeah, what? And remember, there was no online. There was no multiplayer. There was no DLC. You just went in there with your 4-man team. Now, I always thought it should have been 6 people or minimum 5 people. But that's why I like the Rainbow Six Vegas 1 and 2. So what kind of GPU do I have? Oh, boy, it's been a while since I got it, but it's one of the big ones. Man, I'll have to get back to you with that on Top Dog. I'll put it in my description, though, in the box. So, yeah, SOCOM 2 was online. And so, see, I didn't like SOCOM 3. SOCOM 2, I enjoyed. But remember, you could get the headset, and the headset was you could tell the guys what to do. It was breach and clear, and there was stuff like that you could do, and you could breach and and do nothing. I mean, it was something like that. Yeah, that was more that's what games I like, tactical games. So that's why I like the real-time strategy games I'm playing on the PC right now. So, yeah, The Last of Us 2 was actually ready to be shown at last year's E3, but Sony felt they had done well enough where they didn't have to show it. So, and they were right. Last year, Microsoft's E3 was better last year than it had been. I thought that was their best E3 since 2012. Their E3s up 14 and 15 were garbage. So so if they have some gameplay, maybe. So I don't know. What kind of GPU will power the PS2 Vista? I'm not for sure. That's a good question. I'm a PC novice. Okay, my PC game, I used to play on PC when it was floppy disk. So I'm getting back into it. Now everything is downloadable. So I missed out on the 3/4 disc. I missed out on all that. So there was no memory as far as you had to have a separate disc to save your games on and everything. So yeah, but as far as the GPU, it's pretty massive. So it's an AMD, I know that. So yeah, portable Pro. Left 4 Dead, isn't that coming out? There's something that's coming out. So I don't think it's Left 4 Dead. I think it's Dead Rising 4. That I think is coming to the PlayStation. So Okay, so you all have made legitimate points here. So do you think here's another question for everybody. Do you think people will abandon the Switch and the Pro to go buy the Scorpio? So VX, yeah, my favorite game on the PC was a game that came out in like 1984 called King's Quest. It was by Sierra Games. Now, they went on to make like 5 King's Quests. Sierra Games then went on to make Police Quest. They made Police Quest 1, 2, and 3. They made Heroes Quest and Heroes Quest 2. Now, Heroes Quest was a big deal because it was the first game where if you saved your character from Heroes Quest 1, you could import that character into Heroes Quest 2. This was copied by BioWare for Mass Effect. So when BioWare did that, I'm like, wow, this hasn't been done since the 80s on the PC. So people were saying, no, they're not going to buy a Scorpio. Okay. What if you already have a 4K TV? Will you buy a Scorpio then? If it's $399. So, or if it's $449, and or if it's $499 and it comes with the game, I'm not going. And you have a 4K TV, it's actually, as far as value, that's good value if it comes with a game, So, but that's my opinion. So, I've never played Alien versus Predator, but again, I played. Then I got into flight simulators, and the Microsoft Flight Simulator 8. That's the simulator that the 9/11 hijackers used to train on when they hijacked those planes. But my favorite game was Falcon 4.0. It's been called something else now, but it simulated a war on the Korean Peninsula. You had 3 different versions. So for me to buy a Switch, I need to have a Donkey Kong game on it. So I'm a big Donkey Kong fan, maybe a Punch-Out type game on the Switch. So I know it has arms, but I like a boxing game. So yeah, Empire Earth. Yeah, I remember that. But yeah, my gaming, I started gaming on Atari 2600. So I've had an Atari 2600 when I was a kid. We got the Odyssey when I was a kid. After that, we got ColecoVision. Then my brother got a Nintendo system after ColecoVision. And then I started playing more on PC. That's kind of the way we broke, So yeah, a Punch-Out, type of game, a boxing. I just want a boxing game. Give me a fight night game. Maybe EA announces that at their press conference. So that's the kind of games I'm hoping for. And again, what I do the week of E3, a week before, a week after, I don't play any games because I just want to become a fan. So, and I'm a fan, but since I also do a podcast, it puts me in a professional setting. It's like when I went and saw Wonder Woman. I saw Wonder Woman 2.5 weeks ago because I have a Rotten Tomatoes card that I can score with, but you have to sit there and take notes during the movie. So when you're with other people doing that, they'll have light pens and things like that, and we're writing stuff down. I went and saw it again as just a movie guy. It's a guy going to the movies, going into the theater, getting his popcorn, getting his chips, whatever. And I walked into the theater and I was able just to consume it as a consumer, and it was good. It was fun. So they're going to bundle. Well, if they bundle it with Phantom Dust, I will not get it. So that's all I can tell you. And again, I'm trying to talk myself into doing it because as somebody who reports on gaming, if they put out a game and I can't report on it, that could hurt me, so I have to look at it like that too. So do I get one temporarily and just play some games on it? That's kind of where I'm going with it. But I don't want to get rid of my Xbox One S. I like my Xbox One S. So I like it. I don't play it a whole lot. So, and thanks for the Elite Dangerous thing. I forgot who put that up there. Yeah, I'm going to buy Elite Dangerous at the end of the month. That's my next new game, is Elite Dangerous. So for the PlayStation 4, I'm definitely getting that. So yeah, if a Nintendo Game Pass come out, yeah, that would be tough. So yeah, J-Dog, I hope that we get a Donkey Kong game. That's, Donkey Kong and Star Fox. But Donkey Kong, I was playing that in the arcades. Back when we would go to arcades and plunk quarters into them, and we would stay there for hours. Parents would give you $5, and with $5 you could get like 28 quarters. It was something. They would have some kind of deal if you had $5. So my favorite Donkey Kong game is the original Donkey Kong. I didn't think, because it's a crossover. You got Donkey Kong, you got Mario. So, and you got the princess that he's always trying to save that's in the Mario game. So she's there. So it's like a big crossover. So, but all the Donkey Kong games have been good, I believe. I won't. That's just my opinion though. So, but yeah, I think that would be cool. So I wouldn't buy it just to play the same game in a little bit better res. Now, if they're going to switch game lineup and say Xbox had an exclusive game, yeah, I don't disagree with that. There are games on the Xbox I wouldn't mind playing, but it's not enough to me to invest in a Scorpio when I have an Xbox One S. And that's another question. If you have an Xbox One S, and again, shout out to Widowmaker again, because he feels that even though you have an Xbox One S, because it's more powerful, the Scorpio, he feels that's a better way to play the game. But that doesn't apply to everybody. If you look at our timeline, that's pretty much what I've been saying. More power doesn't mean it's going to make the game better. It just means more power. And then if you don't have the 4K TV to see it on, you're going to have to make another $400 minimum investment unless you get one on like a steel. Like I got a steel, literally out of box steel. So but again, you know me, I'm a bargain hunter. I will wear those salesmen down on the floor, and it just be like water. Like Bruce Lee said, water will run everything down. It will either smother it or it will make it smoother and make it, so it will get to it. So that's the way I do it. So yeah, I appreciate it, Sonny in VR. I'll definitely be looking to get that. So matter of fact, I'll buy it. I am going to buy it. Can you reserve it right now? Like, can I go up to GameStop and reserve it, or is it just going to be something that I can just get online? So yeah, the Samsung KS8000 costs you my God. Wow, I'm not laughing at you buying it, Mark, but wow. Jesus, $1,400. But it looks good. I know it looks good, but isn't the KU series, doesn't it have HDR and things like that? And man, how big is that TV you got, Mark? So, okay, yeah, now, which caller is saying that, Tesla is saying that they're getting a Scorpio, but it's because they're a gamer. So Yeah, that's fine. I mean, that makes sense to me. Oh, okay. I mean, I get it, but the same games are going to be on the Xbox One S. So if it's over 500, I'll pass. And I can't blame you. I don't think it's going to be. What about 499? But it comes with a game. It comes with the game. So, you know, and Scorpio may have an Elite controller. I mean, we just don't know. So, are you doing a podcast tonight? I don't know. I put a shout out to Sean Fox of the Gamer Couch. So, he hasn't tweeted me back yet. So I don't know if he's going to tweet me back or not. So, but again, that's a 3:00 show. And shout out to Weapon Wheel. If y'all are waiting on Weapon Wheel, it happened yesterday because they want to watch the game tonight. So, they got a challenge going, or they're going to watch the NBA game. So yeah. So it's a 65-inch. Wow. $1,400. Wow. He dropped some coin. Let me go here and see how much that TV costs right now. I just had the Best Buy site up. So KS 8,000. How much it costs. So yeah, I'm just waiting for this to pull up now. So wow. So find it. So okay. Well, no, I'm not. Yeah. I mean, you got to pay the cost to be the boss. I mean, I'm not. I mean, if I had that kind of money, I would. That's probably the TV I would have walked out with. Is it curved or is it the straight model? So let's see here. They don't even have a price next to it. So yeah, it's some coin. Let me see if I can find how much it is. So 65-inch one here, but I can't tell if it's straight or if it's curved. So let me try a different site. So I'm gonna pull myself away from this screen. Oh, it's straight. Okay. Yeah, let me just pull myself away from this screen and just type it in. So, okay, 4K doesn't matter unless it's at 60. Well, the US grid is at 60 hertz, so it should be able to do 60 hertz. So, but myself away from that screen. I'm trying to see how much this TV is. Yes, 8,000 Samsung 65. You're right. It's damn. I mean, damn. That shit's expensive. That's about the right price. It's $13.49 at Cliff's Deals, but yeah, wow. Well, I bet that thing looks fantastic. I tell you this much right now. It has the built-in ambient light, not the edge-lit stuff. So that's great news. Now, I mean, you got a good. That's about how much that TV is going for. But series, the same thing. Now, the Amazon deal you're talking about, Sunny and VR, is that for Elite Dangerous, or is that for something else? So, but yeah, is that for Elite Dangerous? Because I'll buy that, but I'm gonna wait to buy it. I mean, they don't come out till the end of the month, but I'm gonna definitely buy it. So that's where I'll be gaming this summer. Forget everything else. I love Elite Dangerous. It's one of the first games I really love on that Xbox One. So yeah, now Mark, I've got a Samsung TV, 6290, but Samsung patched everything, I think, to HDR. But I could be wrong, HDR 10 or something like that. So, or it mimics it. So nobody John paid 60. Everybody's got, man, y'all got some coin. What do you all do? I gotta get with you guys. So man, oh man. So wow. My line in the sand with a TV is $500. That's as much as I'll pay. But wow, those TVs do look stunning when you walk into Best Buy. And have you all seen the new TVs that they got in there now? So, I appreciate your service, Mark. Definitely. Shout out to you big time. Everybody give a shout out to Mark. He's a vet. So nothing wrong with that, brother. Yeah, appreciate your service. So, Oh, okay. He bought his 4K TV before HDR. Yeah, you can find those TVs, 4K, regular 4K TVs, no HDR, and they're actually like $250. So those are actually, I almost bought one myself like that. I damn near bought one myself, so don't feel bad. So, but when people got to talking about HDR, so yeah, so yep, Elite, yeah, I'm buying Elite Dangerous, so that's a buy. That's an automatic buy. That's my favorite game on the Xbox One. So, and that's the way that's for me though. Obie don't say he saved up. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna say y'all got some coin, man. You know, but if you walk into these stores with that kind of cash, you could tell them you're only going to give them $1,400, and they'll probably let you walk out with it. Beautiful TV, so I mean, beautiful TV. So yeah, but I have a 40. Mine 40. Mine is 40 inches though, so 40 inches smart TV. It's a Grace of Samsung, so I'm a Samsung guy. I would love to have a Sony TV, but I shout out to Dark Cloud. I've kidded with him saying they're way too expensive. So, but yeah, that's about it, guys. I just wanted to chop it up with you all. Check out the gaming couch. I don't know if I'll be on it or not. Keep my fingers crossed that I am. If not, check out Fox's channel. He's I think this is his. He's having a pretty good big show today, my understanding. So if it all works out, because a lot of stuff's going on in London. If you all don't know about that, a lot of stuff's going on in England. So they're pretty much under attack by terrorists. So I don't know if he's doing it or not. Hopefully he does. I'll be on there. If not, shout out to him and shout out to everybody else that, you know, if he doesn't do it, I'll see if I can get Kratos and maybe Wolf to come on, and maybe Cycle Gamer, because we had a pretty good one last week. So Sony's A1, yeah, phenomenal TV. I will never be able to afford it. All that stuff on the back wall. I tell you what, the Samsung TV is so bright when you walk into Best Buy, it literally lights up the entire room in there. So, yeah, Friday the 13th. Yeah, I heard that game was garbage, but if that's what you like, let me know what you think about it. What do you think of Sony? Yeah, that TV again. They have another one, like an XDT TV, but I'm in love with that 900E. TV. I love that thing. So that's definitely something that I want. I'm saving up for that now. So PSN, yeah, I will in about a week or two. Again, I'm on my hiatus. I mean, I always kind of shut myself down. The main thing is because my pool, where I live in my apartment complex, it opens up the week of E3. So I want to go out to the pool and hang out and grill out and things like that at the pool. So but yeah, I'll definitely add on PSN. Definitely, yeah. I've told people I need to start doing that because the channel's growing. Everybody seems real cool, and I need to get out there and play more. I don't play games online a whole lot, but I'll game with some people. Yeah, definitely. That's on me. I'll do that in a week or two, though. Give me a couple weeks at the pool, and I'll add everybody. So they pay $5.99 for the PS3 and end up being a paperweight to my Xbox. Yeah, a lot of people, don't feel bad. A lot of people bought that PS3 and it wasn't till the last 38 months when they started coming out with games like God of War, The Last of Us, the Metal Gear Guns of the Patriots. Those games are what sold that system. Plus they reduced the price. So yeah, we'll definitely have to game. So game with everybody. So but yeah, so shout out to everybody that's been in the chat. You know, Gaming Media, Lou Dog, J Dog, Savage Uger. I think it's Uger, but yeah, he's a cool guy. So he's got an old soul. So Mark Camacho, Sunny in VR. Man, I appreciate you all joining me on this early Sunday. So hit that like button and tell your friends about me, and I'll see you guys later. But I appreciate you all's advice. So this looks like the hold off on the Scorpio. And so that's what I'll probably do. But we'll have to wait and see. They come out and it looks enticing as far as the price and the value is what I'm all about at this point, is what kind of value is it going to add? And we got people saying you could trade in your Xbox One S. I don't want to because quite frankly, I just don't want to. I like my Xbox One S, so I don't play a lot of games on it. I do watch some UHD movies on it. That's fine too. So, but yeah, we'll start gaming. Give me a week or two at my pool, guys. And I never really play around E3. I'm more of a fan at E3, and so I'll definitely keep it abreast, and I'll add everybody that's in here. So I'll just put my thing once I activate it. I'll put it in the chat, and everybody can just go to it. So that's fine. But I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for joining me on this early Sunday morning. It's 1 o'clock Eastern time. It's 90 degrees here in Kentucky. So I'm headed to the pool, and hopefully I'll be on the gamer couch. And let's see, what kind of PC you play back then? Oh, I had we had a Tandy 1000EX, and it was a derivative of the IBM PC. It ran MS-DOS, which you all know today is Windows. You kids call it Windows. It's actually called MS-DOS, Microsoft Desktop Operating System. Basically, Bill Gates, Steve Ballmer, and a couple other people bought the program off a kid, and they bought it for $82,000, and they sold it to IBM because IBM could not get their computers to talk to each other. So, so that's yeah. But so once they sold it to IBM for, I don't know, like 10 million. It was either 10 million or $12 million. IBM, and they said they wanted to license it to everybody. IBM was so big and they were so desperate to get their computers to work, they sold it. They let Bill Gates and Steve Ballmer license it to everybody else. The first group of people that they sold it to was Radio Shack. Okay, they sold it to Radio Shack, and that's why Radio Shack's computers took off, because you had the Windows operating system on, or not Windows, you had the MS-DOS. That's what it was called. So, oh yeah, Mark, I'm an old man. So, but yeah, that's your history. Your gaming, that is your history. MS-DOS is now what Windows is what MS-DOS used to be, except Windows, you point and click. The point and click and drag down system was invented by Steve Jobs. He did invent that. And the curved mouse, Steve Jobs invented the curved mouse. So that's what Steve Jobs did. Everything else was created by somebody at Apple. Steve Jobs just took credit for it. So if you watch the Steve Jobs movie with Noah Wyle playing him, no, I'm sorry, not Noah Wyle. I can't think of the guy's name. I can see his face. But if you watch that, you will see the guy at the very beginning that's kind of smiling. That's the guy that invented the iPhone. That's the guy that invented the iPhone. But there's another movie called The Pirates of Silicon Valley, where Noah Wyle plays Steve Jobs and Anthony Michael Hall plays Bill Gates. And that's pretty damn accurate to what was happening back then. And you got to remember, Steve Jobs got fired from Apple. A lot of you all may not know that. Apple fired him. He then established DreamWorks. I believe he established DreamWorks, or whoever does Buzz Lightyear and all those. Steve Jobs has bought that company for like $42 million. They immediately did Buzz Lightyear and all that stuff. And those movies made a shit ton of money. Then the second one came out. It made a shit ton of money. The third one came out. It made a shit ton of money. And they ended up rehiring Steve Jobs. And the first thing Steve Jobs did was he fired the entire board at Apple. Another thing you don't know is Microsoft owns like 21%. Pixar, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you, Savage. Yeah. So Pixar was going out of business. Steve Jobs bought it with the money he got out of Apple when they fired him. Because I mean, he had a golden parachute. So Steve bought that, and they made those movies. So then Apple rehired him. Why did they fire Steve Jobs? That's what I was getting to, Guardia Legends. Man, this is a great story. Steve Jobs, Apple went out of business, was going out of business because Steve Jobs created the Mac division, and he created Macintosh division, and he created just a regular Apple division. He thought that by having them compete against each other, they would create something great. but he pissed off a lot of people and they sold him out to Bill Gates. You think Microsoft invented Windows? No. Steve Jobs invented Windows. Okay? Bill Gates stole it right out from underneath him. So once that happened, Apple started to go out of business and Microsoft invested money into Apple. They fired Steve Jobs right after that because that was the ultimate. You got to try to watch that movie called The Pirates of Silicon Valley, or you may be able to pull it up on YouTube when Bill Gates appeared at an Apple event on the big screen. You see them walk out. There's a black screen behind them. So, okay. So, yeah. So, okay. I just got a text from Sean Fox, and there will be no Gamer Couch podcast because of the terrorist attacks. Fox can't get home. London's on lockdown. So, give him I'm glad he's doing okay. But there will be no Gamer Couch podcast. So, that's fine. I mean, I got no beef with that. That's what I was saying to you all earlier. So I will give him a shout back that, our thoughts and prayers are all with him. So they fired Steve Jobs. You all can go find this out. And but have you ever asked yourselves why iTunes works on a PC if iTunes was created by Apple? Have you all not ever asked yourself that? That this is for you all. That's a question for you all, okay? So So just ask yourself that. But the reason why is because Microsoft owns part of Apple. And a lot of people don't realize that. I'm not for sure how much they own, but it's enough where iTunes works on PC. And those are competing OSs. Because remember, Apple uses Safari. And Safari, if you want to use Safari as your main engine, to boot up your main OS, you can use that on a PC. And these are competing companies, but Microsoft owns part of Apple. So that's why they do it. So don't worry about the likes. Yeah, I've got like 13, 14 likes. So yeah, that's fine. Yeah, hit the like button if you want. That's great. Hit the dislike button. But that's what happened over there. Now, understand, I grew up in the time when Microsoft and Apple were constantly competing with each other. And guys, it was like every day you would go into the store and there would be something new in there. Windows came out in 1995 and it was a huge deal. They brought it out to the Rolling Stones song, Start Me Up. So Windows came out and it just took the world by storm. Bill Gates was going around different stores and he was shaking people's hands. It was just a huge deal. So, again, this stuff is not that old. I mean, I know for you all have grown up with it, but I saw this stuff actually being invented, being implemented. I remember when there were 50 websites. This is 1997. There were 50 websites. Now there's so many you can't count. So I remember ESPN first getting their website. I remember the search engines. Go back and watch a movie called Deep Impact. There's a movie called Deep Impact. It came out in the 90s. You had 6 search engines. The search engines you have now, the only one that survived the tech implosion is Yahoo. Yahoo's been around the longest. But we had Yahoo, we had Web Crawler, you had America Online. That was by Microsoft. So all this is all part of you guys' history. So it's part of my history too. But that was the first thing. So when these tech companies went down, a lot of companies were able to survive that. So the reason why Mark Cuban has his money, because he invested in some tech companies in the early 90s. Now he's a billionaire. Google got their money because of Google was invented out of a garage at Stanford. That's what it is. Google rose up, and you all think Google is something else. You should have seen this whole thing going on with Apple and Microsoft. Okay, I mean, they were in a knockdown, drag-out fight. So that's why Microsoft has Mixer. Microsoft does not want their people to stream games on YouTube because YouTube is a competing platform. Google and Microsoft are competitors. They are not friends. Okay, they do not like each other. So they do not. They are competing for everything. That's why when those tech people get jobs, they'll leverage against each other. Oh, Google said I can have a parking place. Well, Microsoft says I can rent a car every weekend. That's kind of the way they get to where they are. Okay. So that's why I say to people, learn how to program or learn to do something with a computer. I was in that, but unfortunately, we just didn't have enough money for me to keep going to where I wanted to go. So it's unfortunate. So, but yeah, what we have now, I saw this coming. Video chatting is still brand new. The first Gulf War is when people were video chatting. So that was in 1991. That was the first time video actually was being used. And the internet was so slow. God, I feel like an old man. The internet was so slow that we were connecting out at 14.4. 14.4. I mean, it was horrible. Then it went up to 28.8. Then it went to 32-bit. Then we got the 56K. And my God, we got the 56. You thought you were at light speed. You were able to play games like Diablo and Descent and Forsaken. All these games were online. Rainbow Six, the aforementioned Rainbow Six, Ghost Recon, all that stuff was PC, was right down the line on PC. X-Wing versus TIE Fighter. All that PC. There was just a game called X-Wing. There was a game called TIE Fighter. So that was feeding the inner Star Wars fan. So that's why I say to people, these guys that just want a game online, you just need to get on a PC and do that shit, because you don't have to get behind a paywall that both Sony and Microsoft have put up now, and you just game. You just turn it on and play. You know, we downloaded the Sid Meier's Civilization on Steam, and we just play. There's no paywall. There's no I got to join this. And it was Steam wanted my email. You know, I wanted her email. I take that back. They wanted her email, but they didn't charge her to list her email. So yeah, see, I had the Tandy 1000. That's what we had, the Tandy 1000 EX. That's exactly what I had, Top Dog. And what I remember most about it was I played games like Apache 64 on there. I played and I remember when it was like 128-bit. I mean, that probably you all are probably like, my God, that's terrible. But that was the beginning. That's what we had. There were no standing towers. You know, so, well, we always had a standing tower. Let me I take that back. But, you know, we had floppy disks. You would be playing a game and it would be loading. It would say insert disk 2. So you have to take the disk out. It'd say insert disk 4. And it would take time to load up. But boy, oh boy, we had games like Leisure Suit Larry, you know, which was the first adult driven game ever made. So when you all see games like Grand Theft Auto and think it's risque, oh no, nothing compared to Leisure Suit Larry. You had everything in that game, from hooking up with prostitutes to to getting STDs. You had all that in one game. So, so I can honestly say, and then there was another game called, and Top Dog probably remembers this one, Dr. J and Larry Bird go one-on-one. It was by a budgeting company called Electronic Arts. That's one thing, I got that game here on disc. When I get my camera, I can show you the first 25 employees EA had. The first 25 employees, because they're all on the back of this game. Now, EA has close to 650 people working there now, but the first 25 people did they did Dr. J and Larry Bird go one-on-one. They followed that up on Nintendo, I think, with Bulls versus Lakers or Lakers versus Celtics. And you had like 4 teams in each division. They followed that up with Michael Jordan and Dr. J Michael Jordan and Larry Bird go one-on-one. And that's when you could make Michael Jordan do all these dunks, but it was on Nintendo, and it was extremely difficult to control him because the controllers for Nintendo was garbage. I mean, it's trash. I mean, it has not gotten any better since the early 80s, when we were playing those games. So, but yeah, that's my gaming history. It's been nothing but that. But man, I got off on a tangent. I saw why that fired Steve. Yeah, I remember Steve Jobs getting fired. I remember it was news. Dan Rather reported that. We were watching Dan Rather reports, and like Steve Jobs has been fired from Apple, but yeah, ultimately he went and got the last laugh because Apple begged him to come back. Then his girlfriend at the time didn't want him to. And so going on and on and on. The reason why you have color palettes, Steve Jobs also invented the color palette that you see color in video games. Video games were just black and white. They look like that game Asteroids, the original Asteroids that came out, not the one that was on the Atari, the one that came out, and it was just a triangle ship, and then it had asteroids bouncing around. So I owned a Neo Geo back in the day. So yeah, the first game I bought, it was a fighting game, and it cost me $100. The game was $165, and I got that. I thought I was getting a deal, but that was a long time ago. So, but yeah, that's when I always say the golden age of gaming. You could walk into the store, you could get games from Neo Geo, Dreamcast, Nintendo. I think PlayStation 1 maybe had just came out. So, but that was and you had PC. So you could walk into gaming stores called Electronics Boutique, which you know is EB Games, which you now know is GameStop. I was around when it was called Electronics Boutique. So I was buying games at Electronics Boutique. So that's when I bought a Grand Theft Auto 3, it was at Electronics Boutique. So, and Grand Theft Auto 3 is getting more into what you guys see. But if there was a game called Driver, if the game called Driver had never came out, there would be no Grand Theft Auto 3. So what's going on, Call of Duty? So yeah, now 3DO, yeah, I remember that system being out. Everybody got into it, and the only company that survived was Nintendo. And then Sega came out and they made fun of Nintendo because they had Sonic the Hedgehog. And when we got Sonic the Hedgehog, he could move so fast, he made Mario look stupid. So, you know, it was. I mean, you can pull up this commercial on YouTube about Sonic going up to the Nintendo headquarters and the police throw him out. So, And Neo Geo was a custom game unit. Yeah, it's exactly what it was. So, but that's kind of the golden years of gaming for me. So it's seeing what's happened now. People get caught up on, they don't understand what they're talking about. So, and I know I trip over my own words. So when I see people saying that QHD, which is QHD, it's 1440p. It is a step up above HD, but it's a small step. It's still an ultra setting. You know, when you talk about stuff like that, and they're like, oh well, we don't know, and no, it's not. It's like, no, it is. I've actually seen this shit come along. So it is what it is. So. So the Pro will upscale from UW QHD settings. UW means ultra wide. Therefore, it's ultra. Okay. So ultra wide, high definition. Okay. QUHD. So that's where the Pro is at. So yeah, I remember TurboGrafx 16. My friend of mine had that. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, again, you could walk into gaming stores and you'd be overwhelmed. You just had so many, and games were only $39.99. The first Madden I played on the Sega Genesis was $39.99. I remember I went out to Sears, and the first thing I bought on my Sears credit card was a Sega Genesis. I bought it on a Saturday afternoon. I bought it on a Saturday afternoon. I bought the Sega Genesis, and I bought the Madden for it. Madden used to be, you would get hurt in Madden. They would have an ambulance come out on the field and pick your man up. So it was funny as hell. So it's, so yeah, it's, but that's my history. But that's the history of Apple and things like that. It's, Yeah, Apple don't get caught up in a whole lot in what they're doing. And Microsoft, that's why when people are like these kids, and they're kids, these fanboys, they say, why is there so much hate towards Microsoft? It's because they don't know Microsoft's past. You know, they don't know. Microsoft has stolen everything they got. Okay, people don't like that shit. So when they came out with a gaming console that didn't do well, people really let them have it. Look at the history of Microsoft, okay? Bill Gates and Steve Jobs both walked into Bungie an hour after each other, and they both saw Halo. But do you know what version of Halo they saw? I'll tell you. They saw the Halo version that the Halo Wars uses. That's the original Halo. The Halo that everybody is used to seeing is Halo, the Halo Combat Evolved. That's a hack. Somebody at Bungie hacked their computer or modded their computer and would do first person and built, and Steve Jobs left Bungie to go buy that game to put it on the Mac because he was still trying to put games on the Mac. And Bill Gates walked out of Bungie, went and got a sandwich, came back and said, I'm going to buy your whole goddamn company. And that's why that game is on Microsoft's system. That's it. That's why. Okay, because Bill Gates bought the company. That's why it was a big deal when Bungie did what? Left Microsoft and they made Destiny. So that was a big deal. So, and Halo has not been the same since. Halo has not been the same since. So, and it's not that Halo is garbage, but it's just not, it doesn't have that heart and soul that it used to have because the people that created it aren't there anymore. This is like Mass Effect when Casey Hudson left and Peter Watermaker, when he left, they took the heart and soul of that game. And then we got Mass Effect Andromeda, and it's garbage, straight garbage. And I'm a Mass Effect fan, you know, so. So didn't Steve Jobs get from another computer company? Steve Jobs got when you click on something and it has a drop down menu, Steve Jobs invented that. Okay, the mouse is circular or it's round because Steve Jobs at the time was dating a masseuse, and the masseuse told him the human hand is not straight, it's curved. The original mouses were rectangles. Okay, Steve Jobs is the one who thought it would be curved. That's why it feels natural in your hand. The buttons on the mouse, Steve Jobs invented that. Okay, Steve invented that. So it's not that he didn't invent stuff. It's just that, you know, that's why Apple was where they are. I mean, Apple's a phenomenal company as well. I mean, nobody over at Apple hurting. Put it like that. If you work at Apple, it's like with Google. The first 25 employees at Google are all billionaires. It doesn't matter what you did there. The guy that drives the buses from the parking lot over to the he stole the mouse from Xerox. Yeah, he stole it. Well, he patented the curve of it. The mouse was already there, but he did patent the curve. So that's anytime you buy a mouse, it doesn't matter if the mouse costs $6, Apple gets a cut of that. So, you know, and Steve Jobs stole that from Xerox. Yeah, it's a good point, Call of Duty. Yeah, Call of Duty knows the history. But yeah, you got to know the history. But that's why people don't like Microsoft. That's why there's a baked-in hatred of Microsoft. Okay, so Halo stole from Red Faction map designs. Well, I do not. The problem with map designs is that you can say the Red Faction stole them from the original Ghost Recon that was on PC. Because when I play Ghost Recon or when I play a game, a shooter game, what am I doing? It's online. You're either playing capture the flag, you're playing hold, you got to hold a certain area. All that was done in the mid-90s with Ghost Recon. So all you all were doing is playing what I already played. That's why I say it's just not that interesting to me. That's why I don't have online. Okay, it's just because the games are to do what? I mean, run around and shoot people. I've already done that. So, but that doesn't mean I won't go ahead and enjoy it. Sega would be better console. Yeah. Well, Sega, I don't think it's going to make a console, though. Isn't Sega going to they announced a partnership. I think they're going to announce a partnership with Microsoft, okay, to bring some games, which I think is fine, okay? So, yeah, PCs then were built like consoles back then. Yeah. PCs were more durable. I know that. And I know, and there's a secondary market now to build your own PC. So, yeah, one-on-one EA. Yeah, Dr. J and Larry Bird. Yeah, 1983. Now, all right, if you still have it, do you have the what it came in? If you turn that over, Top Dog, and you see those are the first like 20 employees of EA. Those are the very first ones. And look at those styles. It's 1982, 83. The bell bottoms. Everybody had on tight jeans, you know. So, yeah. Well, you're right, Call of Duty. What you have to understand about the Xbox community is that and shout out to Gamers United, because he said this. He said that the Xbox community bought Xbox thinking they were going to get games like Persona. Okay? They were going to get games like that, and they didn't. And so remember when Rocket League came out? I call it soccer cars. Remember when that game came out? It was an indie, and the Xbox community was saying, what? Oh, Sony don't have games. They have indies. It's not that good. They don't have any AAA games. But as soon as that game went to the Microsoft system, it was, oh, it's not that bad. Yeah, we stayed up and played it last night. Some friends of mine, yeah, it's addictive. Again, the hypocrisy in the Xbox community makes me puke, okay? And I'll say that flat out to anybody that has an Xbox. There's just a lot of hypocrisy within their community. It's like, shout out to Porter Rock. He was just talking about how they, damn, what was I trying to say here? All right, he was talking about how they're now saying that because Sony has such a big install base, that the games are niche games. You see what I'm saying? They're always trying to say, because they can't, when you say to them factually, not on some fanboy bullshit, when you say to them, the Microsoft community didn't support their games, when you say that to them, they got nothing else to say. So they come back with some BS of, well, the Xbox community, Sony's community doesn't support their games either. They got 60 million consoles and only 3 million Horizon Zero Dawn, so they should have sold 15 million. That's what they're now saying. So, did you check the Patreon for Spider-Man? The petition. Okay. Yeah. The problem is that Spider-Man is owned by Sony. They own that. They own Spider-Man. They own the rights to Spider-Man. And I've said before, I think Spider-Man could go to that. So Insomniac could never make a Spider-Man game with Peter Parker. Now, could they make a Spider-Man game with Miles Morales? Yes. And that's what they need to petition for. Yes. Why are they petitioning? Because Spider-Man actually sells more than any other than any superhero. All of them combined, all of them don't make as much as Spider-Man does. They just don't. So yeah, Sony owns the rights to Spider-Man, and they're sharing him right now with Marvel. So yeah, Phil Spencer is a hypocrite, but you got to understand Phil works for Microsoft, and what else should he say? And again, they'll take what Phil Spencer says and they'll apply it to the whole. So they apply it to the whole. So Phil Spencer said single player games don't really matter. They don't sell well, blah, blah, blah. What did they ran with that? Oh, you see, everything's moving to online. That's the future. That's bullshit. You can look at Zelda. Zelda ain't got nothing to do with online, and it's selling pretty well. Horizon Zero Dawn ain't got no online mode. It just does it. It's sold pretty well. That's a brand new IP. The Witcher 3, you don't need online to play The Witcher 3, arguably considered best game this generation. We can go on and on and on. You know, Dragon Age, Dragon Age 3, or whatever just came out, Dragon Age Inquisition. So it's, so now it's anti-consumer. I agree with them. There was no anti-consumerism when they had all the marketing deals last generation. That's why I call bullshit on the Xbox community. And again, I've got an Xbox, so I don't want to hear, what are you talking about? It's bullshit. They are full of shit. They lost this generation. They lost it badly. Yeah, stay in your lane, Phil Spencer. Yeah, there you go. Need to get him one of those LeVar Ball shirts. So, you know, yeah, stay in your lane. I like that. Xbox fan, they have. I mean, shout out to my boy Randall Thor, the man with the million. Got him a PlayStation. Guess what? He's got over 250 hours of games to play on that PlayStation now. He is going to now have to make time to play on Xbox because he's buried. I mean, he told us that game list he got. Persona 5, Nier Automata, Gravity Rush. He got all that shit. Horizon Zero Dawn, Uncharted. He got all the Uncharted. The Uncharted alone is 120 hours. So he's going to be taking a while. And guess what? None of those games I mentioned have an online mode. None. And there's plenty to play. There's still plenty coming out. So that's not to say that online gaming there's not a place for it, but Sony systems came out before online gaming was invented. We had games like SOCOM and Siphon Filter and Final Fantasy. I mean, we've had games like that. Final Fantasy's been around for how long, folks? For how long? I mean, since back in the day. I'm talking about back in the day. No online mode, still selling his ass off. So he doesn't know what he's talking about. He's talking about these games didn't sell well on their console, so they're moving away from that model. Period. You know, flat out, period. So, yes, Xbox got bodied this generation. So it's just flat out. Now, does that mean there's no good games on it? No, there are good games on there. But for whatever reason, they did not support their games for whatever reason. And we can't blame Sony. You can't blame Nintendo. You blame them. So you blame them for not supporting their games. So, and yeah, and if going to an online mode where you can play games like Overwatch, games like Diablo, games like that. I call it the World of Warcraft mode. Go to that mode then, because Xbox has done nothing but what? You got Game Pass, okay? That's a subscription. You got EA Access through them. That's a subscription. Actually had them bitching the EA Access wasn't on the PlayStation. Guess what? They've sold 60 million PlayStations. They don't need EA Access. People will just wait. And they'll say, well, it's better because we get it 10 days earlier. But you only get it for 7 to 10 hours. Then it turns itself off. And now they say, well, you get a discount with the game. So, I'll get to the Xbox 360. You get a discount with the games. Okay, that's fine. That's a legitimate reason to have EA Access is because you get a discount on your game. Nothing wrong with that. But don't come with this bullshit when Microsoft is going to a service-based model, because that's what's going to sustain that part of Xbox. Okay? Xbox loses money every goddamn month. Those things are out. Period. They're not making money. Xbox loses money at Microsoft. I got stock in Microsoft. I see which divisions are losing money. Xbox loses money. So I don't want to hear it. Yeah, I do. And again, Microsoft and Nintendo tried to get Kojima. But Nintendo and Microsoft wanted to shackle him on what kind of games he made. And Sony told him, you can go to any studio you want. You can have the top people out of our studios. And he opened up his studio, I think, is in Las Vegas, Nevada. I think he is in Las Vegas, Nevada. So, and the game he's working on looks stunning. It looks weird, but all Kojima's games are weird. So, yeah, I love my Xbox 360. I got nothing but love for the 360. So I don't like the red ring of death, but let me tell you about that. Peter Moore, who was in charge of Xbox, knew he had to get the Xbox out before the PlayStation came out because he knew he couldn't go toe-to-toe with the Xbox. It was our toe-to-toe with the PlayStation. It was Don Matrick's arrogance and hubris that said, oh, no, we can take Sony on at the same time. They can't do it. That's why you have this staggered release of the Scorpio. Okay, that's why they're doing it. They don't want to go up against Sony one-on-one. They'll get smashed. I mean, they've gotten smashed all the time, you know, so they're going to stagger their releases. Peter Moore also knew he had to get JRPGs. He had to get them. So he did. So that's what they did. And the Xbox sold. Look, the Red Ring of Death happened to me not one, not two, but 3 times. I still stayed in the Xbox ecosystem because that's how much I enjoyed the 360. So I don't want to hear people saying he's a fanboy. I bought 3 goddamn 360s, and I bought the new 360 with the black one, the slim one that came out. So I've had it all. I've had it all. So I don't want to hear it. They have it's an inferior system at this point. You know, and also something that the IU interface of the PlayStation 4. The Xbox community made fun of the IU interface. It's like, okay, did you buy the PlayStation 4 to look at its IU or to play the damn games that you go buy? Because that's what the PlayStation is. It is a gaming system designed by gamers. So that's who designed the PlayStation. Gamers designed that thing. So yeah, see, I had one fixed. My Red Ring of Death actually happened the Saturday before Grand Theft Auto 4 came out. And I'm talking about I had the big Grand Theft Auto Collector's Edition, the $159.99 one coming. I was so mad. And I called Microsoft and I said, how long is the turnaround time? Because they fixed it for free. But did you guys also know that they fixed it for free, but they counted every one that they fixed as a new sale so that they could write it off? So it's misleading for them to say they've sold 90 million Xbox 360s. That's a lie. That's a lie. Okay, they are lying about that. So they actually sold about 52 million, but they had to replace them all. Yes, PS3 was $600 there, Mr. 77, but guess what? Nobody bought one, did they? So they had to reduce the price. That's what I'm talking about. So yeah, you gotta tell them to get the fuck out of here with their bullshit because they're full of it. So, you know, okay. A lot of the Xbox consumer policies, the Xbox One, the console, the people who are making the games wanted them to do that because GameStop is making a shit ton of money off of resales. Okay. Remember, if you buy a used game at GameStop, the developer gets none of that money. None of it. That's why, what did they say? If Xbox had done something or PlayStation had done something, GameStop CEO came out and said, we won't carry your system. So, I mean, I'm serious. GameStop came out and said that. So, you know, it is what it is. So, shall we talk about Rez now? What do you want to know about Rez? Okay, I'll talk about it real quick. Whose idea was it? Now, this is Ahmed. PS3 beat Xbox 360. Yes, it did. As bad as the PS3 launch was, they still outsold the Xbox 360. So, but again, Sony didn't give up on the product. Remember, you got games that came out like Metal Gear. When I saw Metal Gear 4, a friend of mine went out on Black Friday and bought a Toshiba TV, 720p, just stunning. When I saw Metal Gear running on that, I said, my God, Microsoft had nothing that could compete with that. I mean, nothing. And a lot of Microsoft's games went multi-plat. One of the big announcements at E3 was the announcement of Mass Effect 3 when BioWare came out on Sony stage and said, we're bringing Mass Effect 2 over to the PlayStation, and it's going to run the Mass Effect 3 engine, which was the Unreal Engine, and also, which is a better version of the Unreal. It was like Unreal 4 or Unreal 2, I think, was for Mass Effect 3. And it was going to run a better version of the Unreal Engine. And also, it was going to run, it was going to bring, they were going to have the DLC that came with Mass Effect 2, was going to be free for the PlayStation 3 folk. So again, they got more content with their game. You know, the Microsoft thing, I had to pay for that shit, which I didn't care. I'm a big Mass Effect fan, but I don't care all these people coming out here talking about, oh, well, it's about the resolution. No, it ain't. So we're not going to start resolution. Go ahead and bring it. You know, the gamer couch, there's no gamer couch today, so I can sit here a little while longer and talk to you guys. So everybody's still here. Shout out to the 22 that are watching. I appreciate it. So the fact is you're paying money to play. Yeah, I don't like paying more money to play. So yeah, PS3 launched, and see the Xbox 360 launched at $399, and that was for the you had the 4 gig system that came out or something like that, and then you had the $399. You had a $299 and $399. And so, of course, the Xbox sold better. Now, granted, it was out sooner. Remember, Xbox One or Xbox 360 launched at what was the price on Xbox 3? When did it come out? Came out in the fall. I know that. But I stood in line at Walmart for 6 hours. I was number 21 at Walmart. They ordered pizza for everybody. There were like 110 people there, and there were only 50 gaming consoles. So you can imagine, I got the hell out of there after I got mine. So we walked out of that store quick. Yes, Uncharted 2 is amazing. Yeah, Uncharted 2. When I saw Uncharted 2 at E3, I said, wow. Yeah, the PlayStation 3 had the HDMI port. Again, the PlayStation 3 had a NVIDIA graphics card in it. It had the HDMI. All that stuff was brand new. And guess what? It cost a shit ton of money to play. Yeah, it cost a shit ton of money. The Xbox was still running the S cable. Nothing wrong with that. But I do remember that. Y'all started the res thing. Who's y'all? 22. Wow. Yeah, I know that's big for me. Hey, we're small, but we're fierce. So, yeah. So, yeah, and it's been a stable 22 there. So, but who started the res thing? You're hating on Xbox a lot. Why? I'm not hating on Xbox. I just said the Xbox 360 was my favorite system. So, so there's nothing to hate. I don't have time. What did Arya Talok say in Mass Effect? I don't have time to hate. So, what's going on, Reunion K? How much will Scorpio cost? I think it'll cost $4.99, but it'll come with the game. How much I think it'll cost. So maybe $4.49. I have seen some sites hold it at $3.99. So if it's $3.99, that's actually, you got to make. Now, we talked about this earlier, Ahmed. It's just a matter of, if you're a consumer, if you think you're getting good value, you can make the argument that if you already have a 4K TV and you're at $3.99 for the Scorpio, at that point it's good value. So, you know. Yeah, Doxy77. I had 3 Xbox 360s because they red ringed to death, and I still stayed within their ecosystem. So there's no hate for Xbox. So I do hate their fanboys are stupid. You just said something like, y'all started the res thing. What the hell does that even mean? So that's what I'm saying. What does that mean? So you trash the Xbox community, I am not. When did I trash the community? I said their community has hypocrites in it and they're full of shit. And I gave you life examples of it. They trashed Rocket League because they didn't have access to it. That's a fact. You would go back and listen to the videos. They're still saying that the Pro can't do 4K native games, and it can. MLB The Show is 4K native. Skyrim is 4K native. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. They're just factually incorrect. So PS2 stumped. Well, come on. The OG Xbox came out years later. I think PlayStation 2 was already at 88 million when Xbox came out. But yeah, ultimately, so everybody's a fanboy to a certain extent. It's just they have no reason to lie. I mean, there's no reason to lie about stuff. It is what it is. So yes, I do know that it will downscale. My question has been is that enough for you to go out and buy one. Do you feel that's enough value for you, though, Mark? So I'm sorry, Ahmed. If you feel like it is, that's what I'm asking. So I'm not criticizing it. So be the better person. I am being the better person. I'm just pointing out factual inconsistencies. Yeah, Xbox 360 Elite. That's the one that I had. Yeah, I had the Xbox 360 Elite. So yeah. I know that. And here's another I do like about Microsoft is that if you had Xbox Live on your OG Xbox, you can still have the same stuff and all your games carried over. I didn't know that. So when I played Mass Effect 3 the Mass Effect series on and I don't want to hear that Doxy77 because when they announced Mass Effect being backwards compatible November 7th of 2016, I physically walked up to GameStop and I bought an Xbox S and I bought the Mass Effect game. So I don't want to hear it. Now, it took them a week to get all that shit lined up. Now, I wish I had known that because I would have saved some money, but it is what it is. And I've enjoyed playing Mass Effect because I have a 4K TV. And if you don't know, the Xbox One S will upscale. So again, even though my games are not even, I think Mass Effect 3 is 720p. So $400, okay, that's fine. $399, that's fine. I mean, I would like $499 if it came with the game. That to me is more value, but it works either way. I mean, I was trying to talk myself into buying one because I have an Xbox One S. So my question is, why in the world do I need a PlayStation or an Xbox Scorpio? So 4.3, yeah, I had 4.2. When I got to my fourth one, that was my last one. So my fourth one was my last one. So they finally got all that shit fixed. So, but there were people wrapping that thing up with towels. And I'm like, okay, it's an electronic device. It's not supposed to have stuff wrapped around it. But these idiots were taking pictures of it. So okay, when did I trash talk? Or actually, do you have a microphone? I mean, you can come on in here and tell me when I was trash talking. So now, have I called bullshit on the Xbox community? Yeah, because it's bullshit. So the downscale will only be guaranteed with Microsoft games. So they're talking about their first-party games. So yeah, because yeah, you're right. That's a good point. The developers have to go in and make that available. So and that's not that they won't. I'm just saying, yeah, it's I agree with it. So yeah, you're right about that. Only an Xbox fan would film themselves peeing on a PS4 and tagging it. Yeah. And I'll tell you what, remember, I don't know if you all saw Straight Outta Compton when those people were burning all NWA's albums and Eazy-E, what did he say? He said they can do whatever the fuck they want with them because they've already bought them and they're already paid. So that guy, it was T Reaper, him peeing on that. He'd already bought it. So yeah, he's a consumer. You can throw it off of a 10-story building. Sony's not going to care about it. They've already got your money. So I did not do any trash talking. If I was trash talking, I would be lying. So no, I'm not doing any. Look, look, those guys at Xbox have a job. Albert Pernello and all those guys have jobs. So that's fine. They're hype men. So you care about 60 FPS game? No, I do not. I don't care about consoles running 60 FPS. I think it's okay. I think that but I grew up playing on a PC. So if I want performance, then I'll just game on PC. But I understand why people want 60. But I've asked earlier in the podcast, if 60 is important to you, what about games like Drive Club and games like Horizon Zero Dawn and games like Quantum Break, games like Forza Horizon 3? Those are all 30 FPS. So Scorpio 4K textures and assets. Okay. That doesn't mean anything to me. So because it's going to upscale to that anyway. I don't really think you guys understand that. So your TV is going to already try to upscale to that. So the really good TVs, like the KS8000s and stuff like that, you will not be able to see that big a difference. So what game? I want it to come with Forza 3 with Hot Wheels. That's what I want, but it'll probably come with a digital code. And I know they already had a bundle with it came with 4 games. They had a 4-game bundle. It was like Gears of War, Halo, the driving game. Because I when I did it, I got the driving game, and I can't remember if it was Motorsports or Horizon 3, but it was cool. I mean, they did a lot of pro-consumer stuff to get people to buy their shit. Look, a friend of mine got an Xbox One when he went to Jared's and bought an engagement ring. Because his engagement ring cost more than $999.99, or $900. He paid a little more than $1,000 for it. The Xbox was free. So it was here. You're getting engaged. Here's an Xbox. You see what I'm saying? So it's just so. But he still plays his Xbox, so I can't knock him because he likes it. So yeah, Battlefield looks the same. Looks like it's 720p. Battlefield on the Xbox One is 720p, and it is upscaled to 4K. You're right about that, Top Dog. So Xbox has no first to combat Sony. They can't compete. Their first party games, again, Xbox One's lineup at launch was better than Sony's. They had more games, but people didn't go buy the games. They just didn't buy the game. So the games just sat there. Then they had Rise, they had that Titanfall came out within that same 6 months period. They had something else come out. Oh, they had Forza Motorsports, and it was running 1080p 60, and Microsoft is the one who brought up 1080p 60. So, but it's just the games came out later on. That's when the Sony president said, playing in 1080p makes you a better gamer. He was just talking about what Microsoft said. So, and at the time, Forza was the only racing game that was 1080p 60. So you got to stop saying that y'all started the res thing. So I don't even know what that means. So, yeah, Xbox. We'll have to wait and see what they got first party. So, we'll see. We're going to see in 7 days. So we got 7 days, and Microsoft, the curtain comes up. Time to show your girl. So, and I personally think it'll do what they say. So. Put your TV in. Yeah, you're right. Samsung TV. Andrew makes a legitimate point. If you have a Samsung TV and you put it in sport mode, there's things your TVs will do for you, folks. It's a lot of people don't know that. You have sport mode, you have game mode. On game mode actually runs you at smoother frame rates, but it turns down your resolution. But the game will run smoother. Now, I played Horizon Zero Dawn on the 4K 30, and I did not have a problem at all. None whatsoever. That game was stunning. Like I said, Aloy, that's my girlfriend. I know she's only 19, but hey, 19's fine. So, So yeah, and what's that called when it mimics that frame rate? It's called interpolation. So yeah, I like that. See, 3 years it was about res. But no, it wasn't. It's never been about res. So I don't know why you're saying that. So, I don't know what else to tell you, man. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure I heard the Xbox community say it's all about the game. So this is part of the hypocrisy that I'm talking about. Okay? Is it about the games or is it about the resolution? Because I'm pretty sure I can pull some people saying that it's been about games. Psycho Gamer has said it's about the games. He's an Xbox guy. Gamers United said it was always been about games to him. He's an Xbox guy. So again, I'm not. Oh yeah, Mark, we'll have to fight over her. Yeah. What's cool about that game is that Sony was really nervous when Naughty Dog knocked on their door and said, we're going to retire Nathan Drake. Sony, I'm sure, they put on a brave face, but they didn't like that because that's a franchise seller. So she is, in essence, taking the place. Somebody had a picture on Twitter. They had a picture of Nathan Drake and his wife, like passing her the mantle. It was actually pretty cool to look at it. She was like being passed a PlayStation joystick, was a gold joystick, and they were handing it to her. So it was pretty cool. But it was fan art. So the last game that got the resolution talk, yeah, I've not heard anything about resolution in about to say 2 years. So I just haven't heard anything about it. So now I've asked people why Mass Effect, which started on the Xbox, why it was 900p and it was 1080p on the PlayStation. That wasn't me trying to be a fanboy. I was trying to figure out what the hell's going on. Why are they getting the better build, even though, or why are they getting a higher resolution build, even though the Xbox is where the game started? So, yeah, survey take, yeah, NYC 70% Xbox, yeah, from PTSD. I guess they do. I don't recall anybody talking about resolution. I mean, I've heard some stuff about it. I never understood it, but if they have higher resolution because they have they have a stronger system, then they should have higher resolution. I mean, that's all I can say, It would be more of a problem, Mr. 77. It's a bigger problem if Sony and or Microsoft has the more powerful console and they don't have better resolution. Now that's a story. About games and price. Yeah, for me, it was about the price. As a consumer, it was about price. So it's not 1080p 60. Okay, well, but it's close enough. I mean, I think it drops down to what? It may drop down to what, 1,000. It stays above 1,000, so it stays in that HD range. So, but yeah, but I understand what you're saying. And look, if you are a fan of Forza, if you've been playing those games since I think those games were on the OG Xbox too, this is good news for you. It's going to come out on another system, and then it's this is all good news. So yeah, but I never thought anything about resolution at all. I mean, to me, if my PC has a 1070 and then somebody else, I mean, I don't know, Mark goes out and gets a 1080 Ti, and then he calls me up and says my 1080 Ti runs that game better, I'll say, well, of course it's more recent. I mean, it should. So it should run better. If it doesn't, there's your story. So there's your story, okay? Not that it runs better, because it should run better, but the story is if it doesn't. So that I would be complaining about. So, but yeah. So yeah, that was a good fact there, J-Dog. So, I mean, it was about price for me. I can't speak for nobody else. So shout out to the 25 watching. So yeah, I like it. It's small but fierce. So, and again, if you're just joining me, the Gamer Couch was canceled because of what's going on in London. So thoughts and prayers are with Fox and everybody over there in London. Hopefully they can get that under control. So it is what it is. Hopefully they can get it under control. So, we're just talking games, and I'm going to try to do a podcast a little later on with a couple people. I'm going to put some feelers out, and maybe we can do like an E3 prediction show or something like that. I don't know what else to talk about because we've already done that, but maybe something else will come out, and that's fine. I mean, I got no issues with that. We can just talk about Scorpio, what we want. That way all the Xbox fans feel good. I'm not planning on buying one, but I'll make you a deal, Mr. 77. If you want to send me half the money of a Scorpio, I will buy one. I'll make everybody happy. It's in the Xbox community. I'll buy one, but they're going to pick up 50% of the tab because I'm trying to build a PC. And that's where my gaming is going. If I want to play games in 4K, the Pro will do that enough for me. Like I said, Skyrim is in 4K. MLB is in 4K. Neo has a 4K build. Horizon Zero Dawn looks stunning. So I don't need it. I don't need a Scorpio. It's not a it's not a good consumer value buy for me. For me, I may buy one, however, because of the games, if they have enough games on there, and I do report on games. So I think the Scorpio price tag will be $449. They can go to $499 if it comes with a game. If it comes with a game. So it does stink that the couch was canceled, but the main thing is that the couch, that everybody's safe. But I agree, yeah, it's disappointing, but I understand it, So yeah, if the price is right, like I said, hey, look, everybody wants to throw in, the Xbox community wants to throw in and buy me one or buy half of it for me, I'll buy it. Hands down. Hands down. Matter of fact, I'll go one step further for them. If they send me half the money for the Scorpio, I will trade in my Pro for it. I will physically trade in my Pro for it. So let's now see what they say. Because there's their opening. They can either, like the Booty Warrior says, we can do it the easy way or we going to do it the hard way. So let's see what they choose. Okay? So, yeah, prayers for Fox in the entire country because it sounds bad over there. It sounds real bad. This sounds like there's a huge terror sale. So, no. Yeah, no to the gamer count. No, don't say no for prayers. Come on now. Fox is a good guy. Come on, the country's under attack. So let's all, keep them in our thoughts and prayers. So keep them, at least try to keep them in our thoughts and prayers. So it is what it is. But what I'll do is I'll try to put something together here. So said there's no reason to own a PF because Prey runs below 864 on it. I commented there's yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah, fries are called chips in England. That's true. And everything in England is bland. So I got fish and chips over there, and I had to hit hot sauce. They were looking at me like I was crazy when I put hot sauce on my fish over there. So what if Scorpio is $550? I mean, I won't. I will if the Xbox community wants me to get one and they want to donate half the money, I will trade in my Pro on it. I mean, I will physically trade in my Pro, but until then, you got to quit running a hole under their nose. So, yeah, I understand that too. It's tough, Graudier Legends. I appreciate that. I definitely don't want to. Yeah. Well, how about we pray for Fox? Okay, can you split the difference? You don't have to pray for the country, but let's pray for him because he seems like a pretty cool guy, don't you think? So, but I understand what you're saying, though. I definitely understand what you're saying. So, no for trading the Pro. Oh, no for trading the Pro. Okay, well, I don't want them to say that I'm not pro Xbox. So, you accept charity. If you guys want me to buy one day one, I will accept your generous charity. So. But it's up to you guys. I don't want you to say, I don't want you to say that he's bashing Xbox. What I've done, you got to understand that as a consumer, when a consumer buys something, they have every right to criticize their product. Okay? Especially if the product is not what they wanted it to be. So trade the S, not the Pro. Then well, you're right, but well, if sounding like a pony means calling out hypocrisy, then I don't know what else that makes me. So you trade in your Pro, you're going to turn around and buy another one and miss out. Yeah, you're right, but I don't want them to feel like I'm bashing their console. So if they help me, I will help them. Do you feel what I'm saying? So at that point, but I don't want them to say. You can't say, well, Craig Harris didn't say he'd buy one. We got to go help him get it, and they can raise the funds. And like I said, I will trade in, but I like my Xbox One S. I don't want to get rid of it. So but yeah, that's my whole point when I was saying that with Widowmaker. See, Widowmaker thinks the Xbox Scorpio alone is worth a trade-in, and I'm telling him, that's why I asked you guys, if you don't have a 4K TV, is it worth it? And most of you all said no. And I agree with that. As a consumer, you would have to go out and buy a 4K television, which is going to be about $400, like we were talking about earlier. So, I mean, it is what it is. So, so you just got to look at him like that. I mean, it's sad. So, but it is what it is. But what I will try to do, guys, is about 4, maybe 5 o'clock. I will go ahead and try to have a couple of people. Terror is all over. Yeah. Well, remember, terrorism isn't a person; it's a tactic. So, terrorism is a tactic. It's not a man, not a woman. It's a tactic. So, but what I'll do is I will try to get a couple other people to come in and do a podcast later on. So that's what I'll try to do. But I don't want Mr. 77 up there, not to be confused with 47. I don't want him to think I'm bashing the Xbox. So when did I bash? Tell me what don't tell him to shut up. Let's ask him why he thinks I'm bashing the Xbox. This is how you handle this, folks. We don't bash over here. Let's ask him why he thinks I'm bashing the Xbox. Matter of fact, so yeah, sauce on chips is a regular thing. And no, I put hot sauce on mine. But you need to tell me why you think I'm bashing the Xbox. So yeah, I'm dealing with that same thing, Guardian Legends. Yeah, they think we're all in that same boat, brother. So I feel you. Ain't nobody praying for us, but yeah, I got you. I understand. So we can even afford chips. We can open a PayPal for it. Yeah, like I said, I've got no problem getting one, but I want him to give me some examples of when I was bashing the Xbox. So if he says it was because of I said they were hypocrites when I pointed out stuff they were saying, that's not me bashing. That's me pointing out what they're saying. But I want him to tell me why I'm bashing the Xbox. And that goes for anybody. Anybody can tell me why I'm bashing it. I'm a consumer. I bought the product, and I thought the product was weak sauce. With that said, there's things about it I do like. Like I've said, Elite Dangerous on there is actually a fun game to play. So, yeah, I mean, I know I didn't, but I want to know what bashing sounds like to them. So, okay, if I don't praise it, then I'm automatically bashing it. Okay, yeah, you're right. That's what it seems like. But I want him to be able to do it. Matter of fact, I'll do you one better. I'll go ahead and set the link up in here for you. If you're in England, so it's not too late over there. So before you have to get up and go to work or something, I'm going to have the link in the description box there, in that chat box. And you can go ahead and come in here and tell me when I bashed. I'll be happy to mute my mic and you have the floor. Yes. There it is. So you can come in here right now and I will mute my mic and you can have the floor. But if not, stop with the accusations. So he can go ahead and come in. Matter of fact, anybody in there can come in. But he needs to be able to come in and he will have the floor. So, and then he can just tell me why that's anybody. Anybody wants to tell me why I'm wrong on the whole QHD not being high def or ultra high def, bring it on in here. Let's make it an afternoon, folks. Bring it on in here. So, and you have the floor. Tell me why I'm wrong. And there it is right there. So anybody can come in and join. So the PS5 comes out next year. Right now, I don't have a Scorpio. So I'm waiting on the Xbox community. He's got to hit up my, if they want me to do a PayPal, I'll do it. I'm going to get a PayPal account anyway, but I'll get my PayPal going and they can donate half of it. Now he says, I can criticize anything I like as long as you're willing to criticize your preference. Yes, I've always criticized my preference. So, but I don't really have a preference. So it is what it is. I've said earlier in the podcast, you may not have been here, I prefer 30 FPS to 60 FPS on consoles. So I've said that my preference is 30. If I want 60 and higher, I'll game on a PC. I have said that numerous times. I've said that 4K, true 4K is 4096p, which is DCI 4K, not this garbage that you all have been sold. So, but yeah, I mean, come on in here and you can explain that to me. So I don't know what else to tell you. So I have a prep. Yeah, I prefer to play games and not play the corporations, in the words of Sean Fox. Shout out to him. So, but come on in here. I specifically said when they announced, didn't I say on November 7th, I physically walked up to GameStop and bought a Xbox to play the games, the Mass Effect games? Didn't I say that? Yeah. Didn't I say that Tekken 7 runs better on the Xbox than it does the PlayStation? I'm pretty sure I said that. So I don't know what else. What else is there to say? So Spartan Gamer gameplay of Tekken. That is, let me find that site that I got that off of. Oh, you can go to eventhubs.com and they did or you go to Digital Foundry. I think they did a test on it and it runs better. It performs better on the Xbox. So it just does. But so this is when we were talking about performance versus content. I prefer content over performance. I'll take, if I got more game to keep me busy, I will take content dips. Mass Effect 1, it was horrible on frame rate. I mean, it was a joke on frame rate. Now, it's fixed now. You played on the Xbox One S, because I have. It's fixed. But it is what it is. So, but I'm waiting on him. On in here. I mean, I'll put it back up there again. If you missed it, here it is again. And that's for anybody who's disagreeing with me.
Hello?
Hello, who is this?
It's Garuda Legends.
Oh, what's going on, man? How you feeling today, brother?
All right, pretty good.
Well, all right. Well, tell me, Mr. Legends, I appreciate you being here and being a sub for a while. So tell me why I'm wrong. Am I bashing the Xbox?
No, the thing is, people just seem to get very, defensive. And if you don't speak highly about it and you just point out all the flaws, then they'll get mad. They just want you to ignore the flaws and then just talk about what's good rather than what needs to be fixed or what needs to happen to make it better. So.
Yeah, well, I don't disagree with that. So, so he says he hasn't heard me say anything bad. So his First Amendment. Okay, well, that's all right, fine, So yeah, it is what it is. But they're trying. I think Xbox is trying, and it's too late. Once your competitor comes out with a cheaper console or cheaper anything that does the exact same thing, and it has a strong ecosystem, there's nothing left for Xbox to do. They should have bought their games. My whole point has been the Xbox community did not support their games. That's why there's no sequel to Quantum Break. That's why there's no sequel to Rise. That's why there's no sequel to Sunset Overdrive. So, but I do think they'll announce. What do you think is going to happen at E3? What's your prediction? What do you think Microsoft's going to show?
At E3, I think Microsoft will they're definitely going to show the Scorpio. To me, the price will probably be around $5. They're definitely going to show some Minecraft. They might show off the VR, the Acer VR, but I'm not too sure about that because based on the hand motion controls, it doesn't have any buttons on it. It only has a sensor, a thumb sensor on it. So that's kind of odd to me.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's different. So you think the Xbox Scorpio will be you think it'll be 500? You said, or below that?
I think it's gonna be 500. They might do 450, but to be honest, if it's less than 500, it won't be a premium console, and you could basically consider that console to be Microsoft is gonna basically cut corners with that console for that price.
Really?
But yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because
Well,
premium prices. What's that?
I said that makes some sense. Go ahead though.
Oh yeah, but as far as like games, I think they might show a continuation or a remake of an old school title, and they might bring like a brand new game, like one more. But another thing too, people might need to understand that they say that they're bringing new IPs to the Scorpio. That also means it could be Sea of Thieves and Cuphead, because those are technically new IPs. So people need to be more aware of that. Yeah, but that's it basically for that prediction.
I'm sorry. Let me unmute my mic there. Let me give a shout out to Matt's Gaming. He just posted on Twitter that a Dreamcast emulator is being worked on by Microsoft. So I think we're kind of seeing that my prediction is going to be correct. So all these people out here, yeah, he's reporting it. Oh boy, yeah. Sega Dreamcast emulator is coming to Xbox One soon. So I think this will be one of their huge announcements of their partnership with Sega. So and we will see games on that system. They're not going to invent new studios or spend money on studios when they don't have to. Just make an emulator to emulate their games. I think we now see what Phil Spencer did when he went to Japan. I personally thought he went over there and put in his resume. I joked about that, but so did other people. But it is what it is. All right, I see you sitting down there, Andrew. What's going on, brother?
Hey, how you doing, brother?
I can't complain. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Just having some good game to talk. See what's that brother what's that number 77? Trying to see what his views
he
are
seemed
on.
like a cool. He was wrong about that. So he may be from England. He did mention fish and chips. So talking about fish and chips, and he knows that chips over in England means that's what they call French fries over there. All their everything over there is bland and hard. So
Oh yeah.
but I went over there like 5 years ago, and I ate all my fish with hot sauce, like all of it. I mean,
yeah, that's definitely different for this.
Very good. Everybody was nice, but damn, bland. So what's your predictions for E3, Andrew?
I predict, Sony's gonna be amaze us, gonna have some good games, probably a good couple new IPs, maybe bring some old back. I'm hoping that they open up with the Order 2. That's what I'm hoping.
You think didn't that studio get shut down?
No, they third party now. They make it like little indie games.
Wasn't it? Oh, okay. Now that I didn't know. I thought that studio got closed. But all right, that's fine. So a possible Order 2. Okay, what else you think Sony comes with?
Dark Cloud was talking about this old Vita 2 handheld rumor seems like it might be strong. I mean, I'll be surprised, but now the PS4, because the Vita was ahead of its time, so right now would be a good time, I guess, to have a handheld with the PS4. But I don't know. I mean, it might be some new hardware, at least one thing. And I mean, all they really need is 2 new IPs. I know what I want. It's probably not going to happen. I want them to do an exclusive boxing game with Floyd Mayweather. Somebody else has said that on the podcast. I'm like, somebody stole my glory, but I want them to do an exclusive MMO open world boxing game where you train, run, and spar with real players, and you rise up in the ranks through amateurs and the professionals. That's what I would like, but it's probably too much. So
Well, hell, that sounds like a good idea. Why don't you get in touch with EA creative department? That's actually a good idea because they still own the Fight Night stuff, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, if they can't do it, Sony had some wonderful exclusives back in the PS1, PS2 era. So EA don't want to do it. I don't know. Tell Sony bring back 989 Sports or something. I don't know.
Yeah, well, 989 is now mostly 2K, isn't it?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, I think 989 folded to be Sega, and then it was something weird. Now but everybody's at different spots now. So, but they're just making shit up as they go along. Well, that's cool. What do you think? You think, all right, so those are actually, so if they do an Order 2, which I like the Order, I mean, I know it was short, and that was another thing that guy was talking about. I was bashing, the Xbox community bashed the Order and then turned around, which it was short, it was fun to play, it was short, but then they turned around and tried to defend Quantum Break, which was trash. I mean, it was like a movie. I was like, what is this? You know, and it was a short thing. That's the hypocrisy within their community I'm talking about. So, but he says
that's that Psycho Gamer syndrome. Psycho Gamer, and people like swear but down. Quantum Break was amazing. I'm like, but y'all said that the Order wasn't amazing because it was short.
Yeah, but my point, my hope. To me, the Order could be short because that was from that was a new IP. I expect that. Quantum Break is a new IP, but it's from a game company. It's from a company that's made a bunch of other games.
Yes.
So, yeah, I would like to see them bring back Indigo Prophecy.
Yeah.
I can't remember if I played that on 360 or if I played that on my PlayStation.
Yeah, they got trophies now. I just bought it. They got trophy support for it now.
All right, so you got it on PlayStation or Xbox?
PS4. I got on PS4. I bought it on my PS4. You know, you buy them old PS2 games like $9.99 or $14.99. That Parappa the Rapper, Twisted Metal Black is in the PSN network, stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Now that's what I'm talking about. I mean, it's shout out to Trey BK. So it calls me the Viagra voice of YouTube. Well, as long as I don't have to take it, so I'll be whatever I need to be, but I can't be taking no Viagra. So. No, I did. He whiz. Yeah, the Indigo Prophecy to me. Now that game was hey, you know. So that's one of the most unique IPs I played. Didn't know why they didn't get a. Did they get a sequel to that? I don't think it did.
No, because they made Heavy Rain. No, because they made Heavy Rain. You know, I think Beyond Two Souls, and that studio builds a new engine per game, so that's an expensive studio.
Oh shit!
Every new game gets a brand new engine.
All righty.
Yep.
All right. What do you think their big bomb is going to be for Sony? You think it'll be the Vita announcement possibly, or the Slim Pro, or do you think this whole thing with PS5 has any legs? I mean, I've now seen 3 sites pick up stuff saying that there's something in the works. Do you think they announced something this E3?
No, I hope not, because they don't need to go to Microsoft route. That seemed a little desperate. But then if they do it, they're just going to shut down Scorpio. Like, I don't want Microsoft to be completely shut down. I want them to compete and have some shine. Because if they announce PS5, let me tell you something. The Switch and the Scorpio is not going to sell if they announce PS5. That's it for the Switch and the Scorpio. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about that. Go ahead. Go ahead, Brody Legends. Go ahead, brother.
Oh no, I think a lot of people have been saying that Sucker Punch might be coming out with a game. So if you see them, they're gonna definitely not. They're gonna drop something good, not like trash. So that's what I think. But other than like all the other games and stuff. So.
Now, Sucker Punch, are they the ones that I got all these studios jumping in my head? Sucker Punch, did they do Infamous? Was that them or was that somebody else?
Sucker Punch.
Do Infamous?
No, I believe it was.
Okay. Because I remember,
it was them. Yeah, it was.
It was Infamous, right? Yeah, it was. Yeah. I do remember seeing that yesterday. Okay, so all right, so Sucker Punch. Now, what do you think this new Cyberpunk game is going to be like? 7. So.
I've been trying to find out trying to find some gameplay, but I haven't seen nothing. I'm more of a person that need to see gameplay to judge a game.
Yeah, that's why I am. I got to physically play it though. So, but I mean, yeah, I can understand that because watching gameplay is one thing, but yeah, you can kind of see what the gist of the game is. So, what do you all think Microsoft's coming with? I personally want them to. I want to see some Assassin's Creed, but if they're gonna do it in Egypt or whatever they're doing it at, they better not have no white folks spray tan like they did that horrible movie. Spray tanning that guy to play a Spanish guy. Just hire an effing Spanish actor for Christ's sake. But what do you all think? I want an Assassin's Creed and I don't know, like a Rainbow. Like I said earlier, like a Rainbow Six game or something like that for Microsoft.
I don't know. I think they might be able to pull off Battletoads because he wasn't the I think one of the characters was in Killer Instinct, so that might be a
Uh-huh.
possibility. And a lot of people have been asking for like Perfect Dark, and
Oh,
yeah, that's what I'm
all
hoping
righty.
for. Also,
Yeah, all right. What about you there, Mr. Andrew Wilkins? And shout out to Andrew. He's one of our my fierce Patreons at Troy G. He G'd it up. And instead of buying him a 40 or OE, he hooked the brother up. And I do appreciate it. But Andrew, what do you think? All right, the Microsoft conference is Sunday. Like this time next Sunday, we'll be all hunkering down, ready to watch them go. What do you think, and what would move you to get a Scorpio? If you install it, forget about the price. What game will you say, I don't care how much that damn thing is, I got to get it? What moves you?
I don't know. I mean, maybe they could bring back one of their old heavy hitters from back in the day. I mean, one of their old great classics. I think they definitely, since Scalebound is gone, they definitely need a new IP that's going to be on that level that's going to make people excited. I mean, as long as they show something that looks exciting, man. I don't know. I don't know if they can. Fable is gone, so I guess as long as they can show a brand new IP, maybe they do another indie. Like We Happy Few wasn't what we thought it would be, but maybe they can have another indie game or time exclusive game that could be as hyped as We Happy Few was. So I don't know. They just need to bring one or two new exclusives that looks amazing.
Well, they're going to have it's been confirmed that Star Wars Battlefront is 4K 60 on that console. So
Yeah, that's cool, but I already then bought a damn Pro, and I bought two 4K TVs for this Pro already. So this is the most money I've ever spent on a generation. I done bought 4 PS4s, so it's not like I really need to get a Scorpio for the same game. They're gonna have to really bring something to really show what it really can do. No,
all right. Well, right now we are joined by the God of PlayStation.
Dun dun dun.
J-Dub City. Shout yourself out, brother.
Hey everybody, it's your boy J-Dub, aka Kratos, the God of PlayStation. Rocking out with my man Craig. I'm glad to be here, man. Hey everybody on the panel.
Yeah, this is impromptu. Somebody accused me in the chat of bashing Microsoft, but since I'm sure you get the tweet from Fox that the Gamer Couch was going to be delayed because of everything going on in London. All right. So this is kind of impromptu. I wanted to ask you, what are you doing a little bit later on? Because I may try to set something up a little bit later on too.
Well, let's do it,
Gamer
man. I'm going to run and take the kids to see the Wonder Woman movie real quick, and I'll be back in about 2 hours, man.
Yeah. All right. So I'll try to set it up. So what about 6 o'clock your time? Good?
That'll be perfect. Yeah, that'll be perfect.
Oh man. All right. Yeah. So that's. Yeah. All right. So we'll do 6. So that'd be 7 my time. All right. So we're gonna do a part 21.5 a little later on because Wonder Woman is actually good. I'm not gonna spoil it. It was fun to watch. So hope your kids like it. So that's cool. Shit, I would go see it again, but I'm busy doing other stuff today. So I'm gonna go to the pool. So I'll see you in a few. Yeah, we'll set something up. I'll try to gather some more topics, or you can chime in on the Battlefront being 4K 60 and all that stuff.
Okay, well,
all that stuff.
Yeah, the 4K 60. That's if it's been confirmed, that's a good thing.
Yeah, Windows Central through ExpressCom UK.
That's good.
Confirmed it.
So the rest of us, I guess the PlayStation guys that have the pros, they can expect to get a 4K 60 version, whether it's checkerboarded or not. It's still going to be 4K 60. I seriously doubt that DICE and EA would have any kind of different versions.
EA is a horrible company, though.
Yeah. They just won't do it. Just, I mean, trust me. Once we see the first game that comes out 4K 60 on the Scorpio, that's multiplayer, and then opposite, it's 30 frames or something like that on the Pro, then all gloves are off. I mean, literally all gloves are off when it comes to third-party games. That means that there's no such thing as parity, and that means we're in uncharted territory. And that means I don't know, man. I don't think they want to risk that for a zero install base You know, the risk alienating 78 million consoles by the time Scorpio launches. You know, Sony will be sitting around 78 million. There is no way a company would risk alienating that huge install base for something that doesn't exist right now. You see what I'm saying?
No, but EA has done it with Game Pass. They let the titles go a week before on the Xbox, and not to mention that
you mean
Star Wars Battlefront?
Game Pass?
I mean, sorry, EA Access. My bad. EA Access.
Well, okay, EA Access is a totally different thing. Okay, that's a total different thing. That was an option that Sony had, so the option was there. Sony just declined it. That's different from you're bringing a game set with this stature, and then the opposite console, you're gonna set it at a lower stature. I just see them saying, okay, well, the Pro can't quite get there, so what we're gonna do is keep it at 1800p and just checkerboard it up. I can see that, and that's fine. I don't think anyone would have any qualms with that. But having a game at, you know, let's say 4K 30 and then another one at 4K 60, that would be such a huge deal. That would be such a huge deal. I just don't see that happening.
Yeah, the one time I remember that happening it was last gen when it was one of the Maddens that came out. I don't know if it was like 08 or it was one of the Maddens. It ran 30. It ran real bad. Whatever the PlayStation 3 was, it was horrible. And it ran much better on the 3 set. I can't remember which Madden it was, but they caught so much flack at EA. But yeah, I don't disagree with you. But here's what I'm gonna do, because I've been sitting here in this chair for almost 2.5 hours. So I am going to go ahead and get up and go to my pool, because there's a very nice looking person over there and needs my attention.
I hear you, man.
My girlfriend's over there needing my attention. So I'm going over there and hang out with her for a few hours. But what we'll do is I'll just I'll set it back up for you, Kratos, and then I'll do the same thing I did last time, guys, and I'll just put the if you guys aren't busy today, it's Sunday night, and we can go for a little bit, because some people may want to watch the NBA, some people may not. So I have to see how that goes. But I forgot that's on tonight. But I'll put everything back in the description. Okay. Down there, and then I'll put it on the chat thing, and people can jump in, and I'll just do an open podcast. Yeah, because I know Weapon Wheel, that's one of my favorite podcasts. They went yesterday, and then of course Couch canceled because of everything that's going on, which totally makes sense. So that's cool. That's fine. But all right then, guys, I'll jump on off here, and then we'll be picking back up about 7 o'clock Eastern time. Kratos, I'll send you something about I don't know, about 6:45, give or take. I'll send it to you.
Sounds
all
good.
Right then.
All right.
All right. And guys, thanks for jumping in. Like I said, I'm gonna jump on off here, but appreciate it. This has been Craig's Corner, episode 21. Tekken will run better on the Xbox according to Event Hub. Eurogamer's reporting a Go PS4 for $250, and Star Wars Battlefront 2 has been confirmed 4K 60 on the Xbox Scorpio. So that is it. That is all. There's a PS5 rumor about their GPU, but we'll just have to wait and see. But all right then, guys, I appreciate it. Thanks for your time. See you later tonight. Going to do a double dip. Maybe do another one for about an hour. So we'll talk to you guys later. Thanks a lot. Peace.